Good evening, and welcome back to Iconic Productions' It Gets Worse.
Really? Does it?
How worse do you think it gets?
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely did last week.
Got pretty worse.
I actually wrote a full-on recap for this one.
Good job.
I forgot about that.
He felt so bad that he had to write a full recap.
I have to.
So while he looks for it, guys, follow us, subscribe, do all the things.
Take long.
Thanks. Okay, yeah, we got
just
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch. Follow us in all those places. At Iconic Production.
Thank you.
When we last left our heroes, one of them had died.
Yeah.
You guys had gathered at the... Hold on. I can find it quickly.
It was the Yellow House.
At the Snowdrop initially.
Squad recaps. There we go. Yes.
Yeah, we read
Perfect.
the Snowdrop.
There it is. Okay.
Start the Snowdrop.
Nailed the
yeah, totally.
Here.
Great.
You had reached a new level of skill, knowledge, and experience, and were celebrating at the Snowdrop Inn. After exchanging various points of view on...
Celebrating is the word I would use, but okay.
After exchanging various points of view on magic between Taliyah and Cormyr, with Vera occasionally chiming in, you suddenly found yourselves in the middle of two situations. The first being Vera investigating the origin of the dice noises that only she can hear, and in the course of doing so, stumbling upon a small group of ghouls that had slaughtered a watch patrol in the square outside your inn. And the second being a terrified scream coming from the back room of the inn. Most of the party went to investigate the scream and discovered a small gnome-like creature exposing himself and urinating all over everything. Taliyah quickly sent the creature packing with a well, but unfortunately aimed ray of frost, but not before the creature cursed her with severe ill manners. Meanwhile, two of the ghouls burst into the inn and attacked, but were quickly put down by the party. In the aftermath, Lyra comforted the innkeeper, and Cormyr returned to his posters. While the rest of the party, led by Vera, pursued the remaining creatures, a large armored ghoul, and a mysterious commoner who appeared to be consorting with it. You tracked them to an abandoned house near the council district, infiltrated the building totally stealthily, making no noise at all.
Nope.
And discovered a number of small booby traps set by what turned out to be a kobold. Vera made attempts at being friendly with the kobold, but eventually got frustrated and killed it. And you discovered a small hole in the building down which the rest of the kobold's unit seems to have fled, and Almanya managed to convince them to reveal the location of the ghouls, which was apparently just down the street in the yellow boarded-up house, which you scouted out and discovered that the boarded-up door was actually an illusion. You entered the house joined by another city watchman, a black-skinned tiefling named Morthus, and began searching for the ghouls. You were ambushed by the commoner, who turned out to be a magic-wielding ghoul in disguise, and the armored ghoul from earlier in the evening. The magic-wielding ghoul summoned several skeletons, and fighting commenced. You killed the iron ghoul and drove the caster away, but not before the iron ghoul knocked out Almanya and tore half her skull away, killing her instantly. In the aftermath, you convinced Morthus not to pursue the ghoul caster, and instead to help you take Almanya's body to somewhere where she might be revived, is what you were saying at the end of last session. So, the party, which at this point consists of Vera, Taliyah, and Morthus, are all standing in this room. Well, Almanya's laying on the ground, and her skull is there as well.
Wait, I can play that.
Thank you, Devin.
Thanks, Devin. Makes me feel so much better.
Most of the ceiling has collapsed from a shatter spell that I think Almanya cast earlier. There's blood and ichor all over the floor. Also, the room is on fire, and that fire is spreading. So what are you guys doing? The fire spreads more.
Okay. Well,
hold on. I have a new character sheet, okay?
Vera will say very practically that we should get out of here, dears, before the house burns down and falls on us. And, young man, would you mind picking her up and carrying her out?
At which point, the next house will likely catch fire.
So what happens if you freeze fire? Asking.
I don't know.
Sure.
You gonna make me figure it out?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm just gonna ray of frost at the fire and see what that does.
Yeah. You ray of frost, it's not, a massive conflagration yet. It's got the door and the frame.
Nice word, by the way. That's a good $5 word.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's kind of licking the ceiling and starting to spread. You hit the center of it, and that part, just kind of the force of the blow, knocks a bunch of the fire away, and that part stops burning.
Okay.
But very quickly, the fire
It's a cantrip. I can do this all night long.
So you just blast the door. Okay, that'll work. So now that part of the room is just kind of frozen.
Okay, cool.
Well, it's better than fire.
Yeah, people die and I lose my head and, yeah, sorry. You won't tell Sergeant Head, will you? Because he might...
I mean, we're gonna go take her somewhere, so...
Well, we're not taking her to Sergeant Hut.
We gotta take her somewhere. The Death Watch is gonna come after us.
Yeah.
Vera pipes up. There is a hole in the room over there, and we don't know where it goes. We should...
Well, last time we went down a hole, somebody almost died, so let's go.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
Samvilhanes? Is that where we should go? Do you want me to send a message ahead? I have the...
Talking
to Vera, yeah.
Roleplay Vera?
Well, do you want me to talk to myself? Would that be...
It's the DM's
I'm
job.
running Vera tonight.
I don't know what he could do.
Well, he knows more people than we do, right? Which probably sounds a lot ruder. And she's probably resisting
That's
the
true.
urge to sock me in the face at this point.
Yes, every time you speak, she just kind of flinches and you realize that you're spouting horrible words. All right, well, I can't carry her.
I can carry her.
Carry her, can't you, Morthus? Thank you. Okay.
Vera will pick up the half of her skull that is on the floor.
Great.
So she has that.
That's awesome.
Covered in bloody blue scales.
Pity that. Well, I think the cloak only works in sunlight. So, well, it's too bad. I will take out my wax seal, and on a piece of parchment I'll pull out of my journal, I will just write, "Must see you immediately. We are coming to your house now," and seal it up.
Okay.
Activate the...
Morthus, it is at this point that you see that from the wounds in Almanya's skull, just little black tendrils are kind of they're actually cracking through the scales around the wound.
Yeah, we gotta get her to someone who's some person of faith.
You're a person of faith, aren't you?
I can't do this, though. You need someone who actually, priestly faith.
Then we need Lyra. I could run back to the snowdrop and get her while you guys take Almanya to Samvilhane.
Yeah.
Do you know where the councilman lives?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yes, that's where she needs to go, and we can reconvene there. I'll go fetch Lyra.
So it's also the middle of the night, and the streets at night are
totally safe.
Very dangerous.
Wait, the watch? Because Vera had called.
How is anybody alive in this world?
Vera had called.
I don't know, Almanya. I'm sorry, Morthus.
How is anybody alive in this world? I'm just curious.
Vera had called for the watch.
Yeah.
Okay. Are they?
That's fair. I don't remember the number, but you guys have kind of just been standing around for several minutes. So yeah, actually, at this point you hear the clomp of boots, and from outside the house. You hear, "Hey! Who's in there?"
Go me no more.
Good word of the day.
I remembered the words.
You did. I can't wait until you meet the guy who comes up with them.
I'm sure he's lovely.
So the very quickly 4 city watch burst through the doorway, carrying spears, shields all ready, and just kind of looking around. What happened here?
Well, they killed one of our members and then they ran away.
Who's they?
Necromancer. Ghoul necromancer.
Ghoul person who is casting spells and making zombies out of skeletons. You idiot.
Goddamn idiot.
Who's uglier than you.
You've been drinking?
No, I got hit by
Ghouls casting spells? What really happened?
Sir, she's not lying.
Of course I'm not lying.
Mm-hmm. I wish
All right.
she was, but she's not.
Well, this is above us. All right. Get out of here. Go to your homes. Barricade the doors.
Okay. Sure.
go.
Let's go. But can you send somebody to the snowdrop inn for the rest of our squad, please?
No.
I said please.
No, I'm not.
Goddamn asshole.
A full squad has already been killed this evening. I'm not splitting mine.
Fair. I guess I'll go by myself then.
What? Don't do that. Where have you been?
Here, fighting for our lives, which some of us lost.
Yeah, and if you go running around the streets at night, you're gonna lose more.
Fine, let's just all go together to San Valhaines, and we can have Rufus send somebody for the rest. That'll work.
It's good.
Maybe he has somebody. Maybe he has a personal
Healer?
priest. It would be nice if somebody could get rid of this hex, too. Okay,
Yeah, let's go.
sweet.
All right, so what's the plan?
We go to San Valhain.
We're gonna go to San Valhaines.
That's what we decided was the best course of option, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
How far away are we from San Valhaines?
You're
at this
actually
point?
fairly close to the council district itself.
Okay, nice.
It'll take you probably 15 minutes.
Okay.
So you guys go to San Valhaines.
Mm-hmm.
The two large armored guards standing by the outside hedge. As you guys approach, they just stand aside.
Sweet.
And we go in.
Good. We sent a message ahead first. That's
Okay.
a good thing.
You run inside. You just kind of burst through the doors, and Rufus... Sorry. It's not Rufus. It's,
It is Rufus.
I thought it was Roscoe.
No.
Nope.
Rufus?
Put
Rufus.
Roscoe in the
Sorry.
recap, but it was wrong.
Yeah. Oh, is that what confused me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, his name is Rufus.
Is reaching for the door as you guys burst in, and he startles back.
We don't got time for the pleasantries today, Rufus.
Oh. Are you carrying Almanya?
Oh, yeah.
You just kind of... Oh.
Blood dripping down all of Morthus's clothing.
Is she's dead?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll go
The
get...
counselor, we need him right now.
Yeah, I'll go get him. He just kind of hurries off, and you guys are standing there. There's a bunch of servants ready to like take your shoes and scrub them and everything, and they're just like, one of them gets a bucket and just kind of puts it under, so it's dripping
blood.
The other ones just kind of start wiping up from the floor and the carpet.
I try really hard to say thank you and then just give up.
You try to say thank you, and instead you just kind of go. It takes several minutes as you guys just kind of awkwardly stand there before the doors, doors that lead further into the mansion are just thrown open. Sam Valhain hurries in, full, counselor regalia. Rufus said one of you had fallen. That can't be true.
Yeah, afraid so.
Almanya.
Yes. Can you do something? Bring her back? Anything?
This is hardly the time for levity.
I'm being perfectly serious.
She's dead.
Yeah. Surely you know someone. There's somebody in Vreem.
Nobody knows anyone who can bring back the dead.
No, I read about a cleric in Vreem who can do it.
We're not in Vreem.
You
I
have
have-
connections.
Not with Vreem.
Surely you have connections with someone who has connections with someone.
I'm sorry, I don't.
Taliyah's just weeping profusely at this point.
Okay. He's a little at a loss for words as you just kind of break down. He walks over and just gently puts a hand on your... Well, okay, you're being rude, aren't you? Okay. Pulls the hand back and goes...
Pull out
I'm
my
sorry,
journal.
we
I'm
can-
sorry, I'm also cursed with rudeness.
Okay.
It's not my fault. You're very nice.
He looks in confusion at it for a moment.
Do you know
Please,
anyone of faith?
quickly,
Please.
take her body. Clean it, wrap it.
Can you send a message to Lyra and have her come here right now? We tried
Where
to
is
send. She's at the Snowdrop. She was at the Snowdrop. She was comforting
Rufus,
that
see it
stupid
done.
innkeeper woman.
Rufus bows, hurries out of the room.
Does he like bow out of the room like 90 degrees, walks backwards?
No.
Okay. Sorry.
You created the character.
Oh,
We just interpreted.
I did, but Rufus has served several generations of counselors, and he's at the point where he's half convinced that he knows he's smarter than they are. So it's
I love it.
He is an excellent servant. There's nothing servile about him.
Yeah.
Or maybe he's just getting progressively more obsequious as his cynicism grows.
Sure.
He's Jeeves. He knows better.
I love him. He's great.
You guys are ushered further in. He tentatively offers you a bath. You guys are covered in stuff. You're covered in soot, dust from the ceiling that fell down. You've got splinters from the shatter when it blew open a doorway, just sticking through your clothes.
Have they taken Almanya at this point, or am I still
Yeah, I'm sorry. They've taken the body.
I'm just standing
just
there, like,
very carefully hurried off into another room with her.
Does Vera give them that half of the skull that she got?
They take that as well.
Okay. I don't know if she offered it or she said, no, this is my skull. The body.
She regularly keeps trophies from her friends.
I mean, I don't know. She's a mob boss. Like, at this point, anything is possible.
You guys don't know that.
I have a piece of Almanya on me now, I'm sure.
Yeah. Bits of her brain are everywhere.
It's like the, is it too soon?
Yes,
you can go ahead.
It's too soon.
Go ahead.
It's like the moment from Lost when Hurley is just like, you have a bit of, I don't remember the guy's name, like, on you.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay. I'm just going to stand, like,
Okay.
kind of in this, like, whirlwind of activity, just...
He offers it, and you guys just don't respond.
Nope.
And at that point, he is quiet. He looks fairly flustered and doesn't really seem to know what to say.
Do you know a person of faith other than our friend Lyra? Who could maybe be here faster? Maybe somebody you just keep around on hand to...
I'm sorry, I don't. But Rufus will be very quick about retrieving your friends. And he will take guards with him, so nothing will delay them on their way.
That's good. I didn't want the friends, just Lyra.
Okay. 10 minutes.
However he interpreted that is fine,
Okay.
but that's what Taliyah
10 minutes
meant.
go by. How long would that be?
10 minutes.
It's going to be about an hour and a half
Okay.
before they finally return.
Okay.
Has Morthus ever been inside of Sam Valhain's home? I'm assuming not.
No, Lyra was here. She was at the original...
No, Sam Val... Or Morthus. Has Morthus
Oh, I'm
ever
sorry.
been inside?
Morthus?
Yeah.
No.
That's what I
Definitely
thought.
not.
Okay.
Nope. This is the first time.
I'm just going to stand in the room and kind of quietly look around and observe kind of what's going on.
Okay. You're
Really
the
moving much,
emotional intensity is also a bit lost on Morthus.
Yeah.
I mean, you and Almanya got to know each other a little bit in, the 15 minutes that you chatted before she died, but Taliyah is totally distraught. Sam Valhain is just awkwardly... Eventually, he kind of excuses himself. About 10 minutes later, brings in just a tray of steaming hot tea and biscuits and just kind of sets it on the table.
I'm going to take a cup of tea. Okay. I'm going to kind of look to the side and just be like, shh, and then grab my tea.
He kind of looks to where you were looking. Takes a cup. And then for pretty much the entire time, he just sits back in the chair, occasionally glances at you guys.
I don't want to sit down because I'm covered in blood. I
I'll
don't wanna
also
ruin
take
his
a cup of
chairs.
tea and then, between sobs, kind of disjointedly tell him everything that happened.
Oh, okay.
And,
Okay.
Yeah. Support whatever
he's
Vera says. But
leaning forward and occasionally just kind of... And then thinks better of it, doesn't say anything, and just listens.
eventually I'll probably just switch to writing it all down, since that will be less colorful, shall we say.
Can I have Almanya's stuff with me because they took her body? Can I have just kind of quickly grabbed all of her things? Like, I assume they're not going to wrap up her bag.
You loot the body.
Are you looting the body?
I'm not going through it. I'm just
her
holding
body to
it.
loot.
It's my body,
Don't
okay?
judge.
I'm just carrying all of her stuff. It wasn't
Okay.
like, I'm not really going through it. I just they took the body away, and I was going to be like, well, yeah, wrap up her bag, I guess. So I just kind of have all of her stuff.
Sure.
Like,
Yep.
as I'm,
You've got all of her stuff.
yeah.
So, while that is happening, Almanya,
Yeah.
you are in the rage of combat, dueling with the Iron Ghoul. Your visage blazes with the light of your new bardic abilities, your aura one of majesty and inspiration. As your allies look to you, your breathing steadies, the grips on their weapons tighten, they stand taller. The foe is mighty, but you will inspire your friends to victory. The Iron Ghoul stands before you, watching, shifting, planning an attack, and a sudden movements, and you dodge, and it must have missed. You don't feel anything, but you go to take a step forward, and your leg doesn't respond. Your muscles aren't working. You have to move. You've got to take a step. Suddenly, you're looking up at the ghoul. How did you get on your knees? You can't feel. You have to get up. You need to move. The light in the room is fading. Vera must have dropped her torch. The ghoul looks down at you, and you have to move. The ghoul's arm blurs again, this time towards your head, and there's just darkness. Tell us about your last moments.
Oh, God, I haven't thought about this.
Excuse me while I just rip the scab off.
Yeah, thanks. Now I'm like kind of teary. Okay.
It's okay, I'll just sit over here and eat your crackers.
I'm hearing the words of my song.
The one,
That
you
I'm-
were, the one
yeah.
you were working
The
on?
one that I'm working on. I've played it so many times, over and over and over, trying to get the right chords, trying to get the right notes. The papers that I can remember, my papers are just like covered in scratches as I've, torn out sections and re-put in sections. And how dour all of the words are. And I think about how all I want to do is find the hope that was going to end the song. And about how I was going to show it to my family before I showed it to anybody else. I was going to show it to my brothers and my parents, and yes, my sister, even if she didn't appreciate it. But I was going to show them because I wanted them to know about how hard I'd been working on this project, and what I was going to do with it, how I was going to bring back balance to the world just through the force of my own words and music. And that's what I can hear in my head as my last moment.
The music, the different chords you chose, some of the variations you were testing out, play in your head, and you think of it, and it's incomplete. There was more that needed to go into it before you could come to the hope. But he must have missed. You leap to your feet and you go to strike back, swinging your +1 sword of magic, but he's gone. You look wildly, searching for the ghoul, but he's not there. The room is empty, and everyone's gone. There is pooled blood and spatters of black fluid covering the floor. The roof is caved in. Most of the wall over there looks like it was blackened and scorched, and then there's just water pooled at the base of it. You're alone, and you're very, very cold. Everything seems to have lost its color. It is shades of black, white, gray. What do you want to do?
I want to call out for my friends.
You call out, and your voice echoes oddly. And you can hear things outside of the building, but sounds are very muted. And you call out, and there's no response.
I'm going to walk out the door.
Okay.
What's left of a door in this building.
Not a lot. You walk out, and suddenly you find yourself facing north. You step out into the street, and then suddenly, with no transition, suddenly you're facing north, and far in the distance on the horizon, you can see it through the buildings that obstruct your view. There's just a bright light with these just dark tendrils around the edge. It commands your attention, and you stare at it, totally absorbed. You begin walking towards it, through the wall of the building, across the alley, through the next building, past a family huddled beneath a common blanket, doors barricaded against the night, through the next wall, across the street, into the next wall. But suddenly, stepping out of the wall in front of you, is a large, gaunt figure that steps out and plants her feet. Half-orc tusks jutting from her lower lip, head shaved but for a long, wispy white mohawk that goes all the way down her back. She wears a dull white breastplate, a large sword in a scabbard on her hip, a huge kite shield slung across her back, with an unstrung longbow in tubing right underneath it. Emblazoned on the shield is just the gray shape of a sunburst behind a mountain. She has a number of tattoos on her left arm that she just holds up out to you like this. And goes, "No, it lies."
Who are you?
She just kind of stares at you.
And do you tell the truth, if it lies?
It lies.
What is it telling me?
The beacon seems to be singing. It sings of softness and warmth and safety. This ghostly figure just stares at you, hand still out.
Then where do I go?
She turns and just points at the beacon. "Mustn't go." She turns and points to the east, and you turn and look, and there's an even brighter beacon, and you actually realize in almost any direction you turn, there are pulsing lights. Some of them huge, some of them maybe the light from a campfire, but you can see them through everything, right? The outcropping of the city that rises 100 feet up, right? You can see straight through it. There's just this white light, and all of them call to you. All of them are singing songs of warmth and safety, of home. She points to the east, and it's just the brightest of all of them. And you look at it, and you can't tear your gaze away from it. And you hear the figure say, "Cannot go." I'd like you to make a wisdom saving throw.
I don't have Almanya's sheet,
Oops, sorry.
so I don't know.
Plus
I do.
17,
Yeah,
I think
plus-
is what it was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Plus
Plus
17.
25.
Wisdom saving throw.
Okay. That's a 13.
Can she inspire herself?
Can I inspire myself?
13 will do it.
Oh, thank God.
You manage to tear your gaze away, but no matter where you look, you know exactly where that point is, and it continues to call to you. The figure just stands there, looking at you. You realize now she's actually looking almost through you, just past you, right? She's not meeting your eyes. It's almost like somebody's staring at your hairline
Okay.
while talking to you.
Can I turn and see if there's anything behind me, or if
Yeah, you
okay.
turn and look. There's the wall you walked through,
Okay.
30 seconds ago.
I'm gonna walk up to her, closer. I'm gonna take a few more steps closer. Anything else I notice as I kind of get closer? Does she move? Does she do anything? Does her gaze kind of shift?
Nope.
Okay. I'm going to hold out my hand to her. So where are we going then?
Still staring right above you, her brow kind of furrows in confusion. and her hand just kind of reaches out and touches yours. Roll a persuasion check.
You good at that?
I'm really good at persuasion, so please.
You are really good at persuasion.
It's a natural 1.
Oh,
But it's still like an 8. Oh, my
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, staring above you.
I was like...
You sang. I came.
Which song? My song?
My name.
What's your name?
Don't know.
Can I just kind of start racking my brain for all of the songs that
You
some
run
of these
through
people-
them.
Anybody who kind of makes sense in this?
Okay, sure. I'll
setting?
give you a history check.
Okay.
Are you proficient in history?
No.
Okay, because you're thinking of your own songs,
Yeah, if I sang.
I will
okay.
consider you proficient in this history
Oh.
check.
Thank you.
You wrote the bloody thing.
That's a non-natural 20.
Okay.
I wrote the bloody songs. I spent a long time on them.
You see the symbol on her shield again. You see the tattoos on her arm.
Yeah.
And you are aware that these are Vreeman symbols. You don't know quite what they are. You know what each one symbolizes. You know that the sun behind the mountain, either rising or setting, you're not sure, is just kind of the general symbol for the Empire of Vreen.
Okay. Okay.
The ones on her arm you do not recognize.
Okay.
But they look like this. Hold on. Here we go. So she has both of these on her arm.
Okay. Are you Sonya?
Her eyes now turn and actually meet yours, and you can see the first color that you've seen since you found yourself alone in the room, right? You can see just a little bit of blue in her eyes.
You're Sonya Raval, the daughter of the Chancellor. I sang about you. I sang about you. You were rebellious, and you were a renegade, and you came to your father's aid in the time of great need. You turned your back on all the things you pushed for, and you came back. And I wrote your story. I wrote your story.
Which is weird, because when you wrote of the character, you totally made her up.
Yeah, I invented her. But I wrote her.
Yeah.
I invented you. I wrote your story.
She suddenly turns and looks north. Right? That first beacon that caught your eye. It is aware of you.
What's aware of me?
It will try to collect you.
Okay.
They are coming.
Who's coming? Who should I know?
It is at this point that Lyra and Rufus and two very large, very heavily armored guards, trailed by Cormyr, walk into the room where you guys are sitting in silence.
You just run over to Lyra and hold on to her and just weep more.
Okay.
I thought I cried my tears out, but they're coming back now.
Yep. Nope.
I drank some tea, rehydrated.
She gently
some more.
folds you in an embrace. Says, "It's okay.
You can fix it, right? Illyriel, she can fix this,
It's not over.
right?
It's okay."
But Illyriel is hope.
She holds you for a while until you
Okay.
stop babbling. Cormyr!
What time of night is this?
I'm sorry?
What time of night is this?
It's after midnight.
Okay, then.
Please.
They're written down somewhere. Okay. I mean, it's after midnight, and you guys did leave me at a bar. So no matter what aspect I am, I'm smashed.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Although, to be fair, you carry your bar with you now.
I do.
Yeah.
But nice dark brown hair.
Oh, thank God.
Kind of saunters into the room. Sees the drink tray.
Weaving a little bit.
Weaves over to it. Finds that it's tea.
Kira says, drink up, dearie, it'll...
Tomorrow we die.
No, that's not what Vera meant.
And slumps down.
Okay. So.
Just keep holding to Lyra.
Okay. Sam Belhane. Lyra, they seemed to think that there was something that you could do for your friend.
I don't have a problem. You have a problem.
For once, no one was talking about you, Cormyr.
Different friend.
You're Lyra, yes.
I'm sorry, I was being Sam Belhane.
Yeah, so sorry.
I'm sorry, so you're turning...
Yeah, you're turning to Lyra.
Sam Belhane goes, no, that's Lyra, right?
You're the one of faith, yes?
Yes.
We're going to need to do something to keep the body from rising as an undead.
Oh.
Do you have any ability to do that? For a temporary solution?
Yes, there is a spell, but it is most effective to simply burn the body.
Lyra, it's Almanya.
Where's Almanya?
She's dead.
Song! Let's have a song!
Why
She always has such a pretty voice.
Lyra.
And Lyra is here.
But I asked just for Lyra.
I suppose that Rufus assumed that you would want all of your friends, and in this time, I think it is best to have the whole group.
Lyra, if there's something that we can do with the body to keep it from...
Oh, Lyra, this
happening.
is Morthus, by the way. He helped out, because we were down some people.
Hello?
Hello.
I see you wear a symbol of faith.
Yes.
Oh,
We shall
he
talk
does. I
sometime.
didn't even notice that.
We shall.
Sam Belhane goes, Rufus will show you to the body. Rufus leads Lyra out.
I'll follow.
Okay. She is lying on a table in the kitchen. Appears to have been just wrapped in a sheet. You don't see anything kind of bleeding through or staining the sheet, so presumably there's something underneath it to keep the appearance nice. So there's just a corpse wrapped on the table. I actually didn't look up the components for gentle repose. Give me a second.
Mm-hmm.
If Lyra was here, I would ask her what it looks like. So she goes up and kind of peels back the sheet a little bit and flinches a moment. Pulls out of her bag 2 copper pieces, just places one on each of Almanya's eyes, and just sprinkles salt on the exposed part of her, and then folds the sheet back, wraps it up, and then just clasps her holy symbol and bows her head for a moment. All right. She will not rise for 10 days, nor will the body corrupt.
Okay, that's good, right?
Is the black kind of receding from what I can see?
No, it's just
Okay,
halted.
it's just there. Okay.
Yeah.
It's better than her rising from the dead as something that will want to eat your face off.
Yeah, that's good.
I think.
Lyra, on a side note, can you make me nice again?
What?
Can you make me nice again? What the hell, Lyra?
I don't think she has removed curse
No,
yet.
it's a 3rd level
It's a
spell.
3rd level spell? No. I don't. I can't. I'm sorry.
Alright, now this is really hard for me and I can't stand it. And Vera keeps hitting me.
Vera across
And at this point, yeah, Vera pretty much is. Every curse that slips out, she just kind of smacks your hand. Switches hands, smacks you. Why are we preserving the body?
Why are we preserving the
Because there's a person in Vreem who can bring her back.
Can we...
Her goddess is the goddess of hope.
That's fair.
Before we get too dark.
Okay, no, that's fair. How will we get to Vreem? Beth, I'm going to assume for you that Lyra would go with the party.
How many rooms away is this
Lyra's like,
internment?
nope.
You mean the kitchen?
Oh, they're preserving the body in the kitchen?
Damn, that's a great place
It was
to
the
preserve
it was the nearest large table.
Cloves in the mouth and like peppermint in the ears and making sure it's good.
Because
Little
y'all are about to start
lavender.
hearing some real bad singing.
With no musical accompaniment.
Yep, no musical accompaniment.
Though I guess to be fair, Morthus is carrying a lyre.
But it's
In his
shattered,
stuff.
remember?
He's also
No,
carrying
her
a
lute
bell.
is shattered.
Okay.
You've got a bell.
Oh, give me the
I
bell.
do have a bell. But that's my bell.
I will bring in a prop.
Okay.
A cowbell. Dong.
So, how do you propose that we get there?
Well, we heard about a stupid captain that... Oh my god. What is his name? The captain who can sail across the sea? Did we know?
It's George.
The captain who says he can sail across the
Straight up
sea?
George.
What's the name of the ship? Or of him?
Yes, a couple weeks ago you asked me to look into that.
Yes.
There is a ship. It is operated by a man named Carmen. It is leaving early in the morning.
What's the name of the ship? Do you know?
That I do not know. I was able to make contact.
It
only
wasn't
with
the
captain.
Merchant's Glee, was it?
I don't know. I can't
Why?
imagine that there are more than one
No,
ship.
I just know somebody. I thought maybe he was stupid enough to do that, but maybe he's not.
If you're gonna travel across the sea at early morning, then you should probably gather some supplies very quickly. If you got it in with this
But
counselor.
which
get some
way
supplies.
does... Would he go to Westishire? Where would he go?
There is no other port on the inland sea.
There is. But, I mean, you'd have to stop the island with the monks on it.
The island with the monks?
Yeah, the island with the monks on it. There's an island in the middle of the inland sea, from what I know, where there's a bunch of monks.
In the middle?
It's a little more northern. But, if worst comes to worst, you could stop there, convince people to come and help you, maybe. I mean, monks are assholes, but they generally know how to take care of themselves.
Would they have people
Possibly.
who could bring her back?
I don't know much about how their abilities work, but they're excellent at combat, and they've been living on that island for as long as stories have been
Have I
shared,
ever
so-
heard of this group of monks in all of my reading?
Yeah, roll a history check.
Thank you. You. History. That's a 19.
A 19, yeah. There is a very small island out in the inland sea. It's closer to Westishire than to Onishire. It's a little bit out of the way, but it is the only other stopping place in the inland sea. It is the Temple of the Shadowed Mount,
Mhm.
I believe.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of nice. So, Mary's character in a previous campaign was a monk from the Temple of the Shadowed Mount.
Mm-hmm.
Do they specialize in weaving there?
They do. They specialize in weaving.
Yep. Full body weaving.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah.
It's a combination between weaving and full body cat's cradle.
It's like calisthenics, like it's their morning,
Exactly.
you see the Shaolin monks, doing their Tai Chi in the morning. They just
Yeah.
weave in the morning, and it's
Nice.
basically how it works.
Yeah.
Okay.
If we could stop there, we may be able to either pick up supplies or possibly convince them to help us on our way, if you are determined to get to Vreem.
You keep saying we. Are you coming with us?
Well, at this point, I feel like I've been roped into something exciting. And I need to get out of the city anyway, so...
Why do you need to get out of the city?
Personal, but it's not bad. It's not like I'm on the run or something along those lines. It's just personal shit.
Vera wants an insight
Sam
check.
Vilhane, and Vera are both going to go ahead and roll
Okay.
insight checks on that one.
Okay.
You're welcome, Grace.
Can I give him disadvantage?
I wrote Morthus's backstory
I know.
earlier today, and I don't even know what you're referencing.
Josh,
I'm sorry?
can I impose disadvantage by starting up with my lyrics?
Did you write lyrics?
No, fuck no.
Aw,
Because I didn't know I was going to
Sure.
be making
So
up
excited.
On both of them.
Okay.
They rolled a 12 and a 6 on the first time.
So as you're starting to finish your sentence, you just hear,
Yeah.
Charlotte, the girl we adore, the pride of the prairie, the cowpuncher's whore, way down on the prairie with a cow flip.
Charlotte the Harlot is definitely going on my notepad.
Oh, yeah, that's
All right.
Yeah, he seems to be, like, just genuinely, like, it's personal shit. I just need to get out for a bit.
You know what? Respect. I feel you. I also need to get out for a bit.
Yeah, personal
All
shit.
due respect.
I just go, oh, you be quiet. And then keep looking
He
for
turns. He turns and looks over his shoulder and just says, "Oh, you be quiet."
What is
There's
he
nobody
looking at?
there. This
Nothing there?
roll a perception check.
There's a painting on the wall. And its eyes move.
That would have been really exciting if I was still Lorvies. It's still a dirty 20.
Okay. There's a bunch of cupboards and a long row of knives on the wall behind him.
I feel distinctly uncomfortable in the other room.
Sam Vilhane goes, all due respect, Lyra, to your beliefs, but this seems like a foolish venture. Granted, if any ship was to make it across, this would be the one to be on. I understand there's only one other passenger, a rather powerful wizard from the city.
Different boat. Nope, not going on this boat.
I'm sorry?
Nope, can't go on this boat.
Sounds like the only boat.
I mean, I agree it would be foolish. But...
You hear unrelated laughing from the other room.
It is slave. Just
Did
It
you
sounds
happen to
great,
catch
a
the wizard's
high-level
name?
wizard.
Tommy Tim Tonker.
Something like Belfast, Balfour.
Kelfir?
Kelfir, that's the one.
Yeah,
Excellent.
we're gonna need a different boat.
Why not? It's good to have
Because
someone
he's
powerful.
gonna kill me. That's why.
Great, we'll have more deaths in this group. What the hell is
Vera-
going on?
The confusion
Vera
on
just-
Sam Vilhane's face is just mounting.
Vera just stares at Taliyah at this point, right?
Yeah.
Because she's like, oh dear.
Look, if we need to get across a sea that is notorious for destroying ships and killing people, then this is probably the best ship to be on. Now, if you're gonna die, we can stick you in, I don't know, a bag or something. I could wrap you around and we'll hide you in some way, but we need to
I
get on
could
that
pretend
boat.
I was dead already.
Excellent. We can go with that. But if we are going to survive this trip, that is the best way we can get across this sea.
Why is Wizard Kelfir going to kill you?
He's my teacher.
Uh-huh. So?
That
makes
clarifies nothing.
that
Well,
makes even less sense.
So, Counselor, I've been meaning to talk to you about this for a while, and my impediment at the moment makes this extremely difficult. He's a very bad person. And he and I got into a bit of a squabble earlier today because he had lied to me, and I confronted him, and I attempted to hit him with some of the powers that he has taught me. And he told me that next time I did so, I bettered actually succeed. After he robbed them from my very grasp, by no means that I have ever heard of. And the next time I had better be successful, or he would kill me.
Excellent. Well, it sounds like that means you should not attack him, and then you will not die.
I retract all favorable statements on regarding this mission. You should certainly not go.
But what happens? What happens to Almanya's soul? Where does she go? What happens to her? We can't have her out there coming at us in one of those hideous creatures that killed her.
And on that note, Almanya.
Yeah. Second set of characters.
You are still standing in the street. Sonia
Yeah.
has just told you that it knows of you. It will try to collect you. They are coming.
And I said, who's coming and who are they?
She doesn't respond.
You know, I wrote you to not be this cryptic.
She seems to be struggling with speech.
Like in a way that something is preventing her, or in the she just seems to kind of, I don't know, have a speech impediment, and I'm trying to figure it out kind of through that.
I'll give you an
What's the
insight
vibe?
check.
Okay. That's 12.
Almost like somebody who is just learning to speak.
Oh. Well, I did write you. Like a child. Okay. Okay.
Sorry, I'm
You're
picturing a different
As
scene.
you stand there pondering, you are at full hit points.
Oh, sweet. Shoot.
Consider yourself having the benefit of a long rest.
Nice.
You're just,
Oh, that's good. You die, you get a long rest. That's nice.
incorporeal. Okay. As you stand there puzzling over it, she unslings the shield from her back, fits it on, draws the sword. She is still facing due north.
Can I turn and also face due north?
Yeah.
What's coming?
She stands there just staring straight towards the beacon.
So it sounds like we're gonna be invaded.
At this point, your attention, right, it has been nagging at the back of your mind this entire time, that beacon to the east.
Yeah.
And you turn and look towards it again. Roll a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh, that's a natural 19.
Okay. You manage, it's hard, but you manage to tear your vision away from it. You look north again, just in time to see two shadowy figures come rushing straight at you, and Sonia just throws herself in the way and slams her shield into one. Go ahead and roll initiative.
Ooh, okay. That's a natural 1.
Well, Sonia rolled better than that.
Yay. Good job, Tanya. I invented you and you're so good.
Not as good.
You invented her to be quick on the draw.
I did.
As
I did.
or the
She's a renegade. She fights. She's a good girl.
Okay.
I invented her for the drama.
It's interesting to have a half-orc chancellor. Or was
Yeah.
he full orc, or was he the human part?
Yeah.
Ah,
All right.
See, that's interesting.
The two specters will go first. Neither of them can get at you, so they will both attack
I think the
Sonia.
last guy was actually a human.
Oh, that's bad. Okay. That one will hit. 3d6.
Mm-hmm.
A 1, a 2, and a 4.
Hell yeah.
She will take...
Good girl. Good girl.
Okay. Sonia's going to attack back.
Good girl.
So, Sonia stamps the ground and then swings her sword 3 times. Okay.
Damn, girl.
So she uses her action to make 2 attacks and bonus action to make a 3rd.
Damn. So proud of her.
Oh. Okay. 17, nat 20.
Hell yeah.
And, yeah, okay.
Good girl.
Okay, one of them dies outright.
Yay!
Before I
Sweet.
can even roll the damage for that one. Okay. The sword slashes through one and it just dissipates. and there's just kind of a glittery dust that just falls to the ground.
Okay.
The sword slashes through the other one, and it kind of cuts in half, and then parts of it manage to form back together. It's your turn.
I'm gonna stab with my rapier.
Okay.
No, wait, not my rapier. My +1.
Roll an attack.
Oh, that's bad.
It's alright, so is their armor class.
It's gonna be an 11.
It is not quite
that bad.
That's, yeah.
Just
Like,
missed.
that's not
Okay.
good.
It's going to take an attack at you.
Okay.
22.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay. You take 14 points of necrotic damage, which you are resistant to. So halved.
7.
7. So it reaches out with this undead claw and just rakes straight through you and comes out with just a chunk of silvery substance, and you feel it, and it just gobbles it down, and you can see it stitching back together even faster.
Yeah.
Sonia's turn.
Go, Sonia.
Beat him up, girl.
Yeah. Okay. That's 2 hits. Okay. She slashes through it 3 more times, and it's barely there. It's your turn.
I'm gonna stab it again.
Okay, roll an attack.
Okay.
If you hit, it dies.
12.
Just hit.
Yes.
Okay, you lunge past her, and
Her roll, and then I realized I don't
That's
need
our
to roll.
girl.
it's a little unsatisfying as the rapier is basically no resistance as it just goes through, and you just kind of wiggle it around a little bit, and just the last of this specter just dissipates, and more silvery substance falls to the ground.
Eat it.
Sonia looks at you. Take back what was taken.
I'm gonna go down and try and scoop up all the silvery stuff. You've
got it.
Okay, can I just... Well, okay. My big old
As
dragon
you slurp your the substance of your soul back into it, and into you. What is taken does not restore.
Okay.
Never leave if it is taken from you.
Ew.
Okay.
So, just so you know,
Is-
mechanically, you will not heal.
Okay. Like ever?
You are back at full
Okay.
from that, but anything that manages to take a bite and get away, that's gone.
So as long as I like take the substance back, then I can be back at full. But if it gets away and it has my substance, it's gone forever.
Yep.
Okay.
You have a pouch of limited health, and things are going to try to take it and run.
And I can't like use my jar, my potion that I got.
You have a potion.
Mhm.
You don't know what it'll do.
Okay. I know what the potion does.
No, but you're also a ghost.
Right. Yes.
And the potion is a ghost. So you're not sure what drinking it will do. For
New campaign plan.
so that you know, you are resistant to necrotic, you are immune to poison damage, and you are immune to exhaustion, grappled, paralyzed, petrified, most conditions.
Yeah, I'm realizing.
Prone, restrained, unconscious.
Yeah.
Well, maybe don't fall unconscious. So,
Conscious.
if I ever tried to do any of those damages to you or like grab you or anything,
What about like
Remind me.
non-magical or non-silvered weapons?
you are not resistant or immune to those.
Oh.
Well, that'd be really interesting if a demon came out with a silvered weapon.
It would be bad if ghosts were immune to magic and silvered weapons.
Yeah. Okay. So poison, exhaustion, grappled, paralyzed, petrified, prone, restrained, unconscious, sort of.
No, I meant
And-
non-magical or non-silvered.
Resistant to necrotic.
You know, 'cause
Oh,
generally ghosts
I'm sorry.
are resistant to slashing, piercing from non-magical or non-silvered weapons.
Yes, you are also resistant to acid, cold, fire, lightning, thunder, bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from non-magical weapons.
Hell yeah. Nice. I'm really hoping that none of the demons are going to come out being like, I'm a lightning demon. I'm like, dear God. Okay, I'm going to look at Sonya And just kind of, like, rub my eyes a little bit and go, okay! Like, adjust the feathers a little bit and go, all right, is that what's coming? Pointing to the dust. Is that what's coming? More of it's coming. Great. Do I have my loot?
Your loot was smashed, I believe, yes?
It was after I died.
Yes, you do have your loot.
Okay. I'm going to,
This is the really well-made one.
Yeah, the
Yes,
really fancy
okay.
one. Okay, I'm going to slide my rapier in and pull around my loot. I go, okay, well, I guess we're gonna have to let them come then.
So, you know, like, if you take... I'm trying to remember what... Anyway, you strum the chords, and it's just like...
Shit.
Like, there's a note,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like somebody sitting on the guitar when you...
Little muted. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I can work with this. Okay. I will sing it, and it will sound better.
Okay.
I know I'll sound as muted, but I'm going to be like, well, that never stopped a musician anyway, so.
Alrighty. What are you doing?
I am playing music. Yeah. Hold on. Is one of the things that goes... Of all the list of the things you gave me, did you say charmed?
You are not immune or resistant to charmed.
Okay. I'm going to play for a minute.
Okay.
And kind of wait for anybody to keep coming. And while I am kind of playing and performing, I'm going to look at Sonya and say, are you the only one who's here defending the world against demon ghosts? Trying to figure it out.
It doesn't sound great. But yeah, you
Try my best.
yeah.
It's like I have a mute on
you
it.
play lead strings.
Yeah.
She does not respond. You play for a couple of minutes, and then you realize that you're not looking at her anymore, and you're staring east again.
Oh, shit.
Roll a wisdom saving throw.
15.
15. Okay. There it is. Where is it? So this one in the east, right? Again, there are these beacons everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
This time you can't resist. You are cold. You're not tired.
I'm feeling pretty spry.
You're in a whole new world at the moment, and you're not sure what's going on, and that song of safety, of warmth, of home is overpowering.
Mm-hmm.
You take a step towards it, and suddenly you're standing on the edge of the cliff outside the city over the inland sea. Staring out of the cliff, you start walking forward. You step off the cliff, and as you move forward, you slowly descend towards the waves. You start into a jog, and then a full-on run, and then a sprint. You are running like you have never run before, and the waves are flying past in a blur. A huge geyser erupts 30 feet across, 100 feet into the air, barely registers to your senses. You run faster and faster and faster. You flash past a city in ruins, burnt-out husks, undead, walking the streets. And it's gone. And you're in a plain of snow, and you just keep running east, always east, to safety and to light. And you guys are back in Sam Vilhain's room. Somebody had just yelled something. You just said, where does her soul go?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
And said that we didn't want to be attacked by her as one of those hideous creatures.
I suppose where any soul goes after death. Nobody truly knows.
But I've heard stories. We've heard rumors. And not all of the gods are gone. Surely.
Of course they are.
Back me up here, Lyra, right?
I believe that Illyriel's presence remains.
Yeah. And we've heard when we were doing our research about this very powerful person of faith in Bream. Perhaps there are answers there.
Perhaps,
Though
but
I
you
don't
are
know how we
likely
will live
throwing
to get
away
there.
your lives
That's true.
on this quest. I will not forbid it.
Taliyah kind of mutters under her breath as if you could.
I will admit I was hoping to have your presence as the city is rapidly destabilizing. We have had to bring all of the left spellers into the council district to protect them. This anti-magic propaganda that is spreading.
Do you know who does that?
Took's out of the way.
Have you found who does that, Counselor?
No, but we are looking. It is...
I can tell you who does it. And perhaps you could forbid him from doing it.
You know.
Wait, now we're looking up songs about snitches now. Hang on.
Oh, she has a whole lecture prepared for you, sir.
They are truly idiotic. We already control the spellcasters. Of
course. It's Cormyr.
That is amusing, but again, this is hardly the time for levity.
I am not being funny.
He gestures towards the room from which is still...
Oh, the vicious
drunken
vixen,
singing.
I need a little bit of your addiction.
That Cormyr?
That Cormyr. Do I... So... No, I didn't grab any of his stuff while I was in the snowdrop. I just was contemplating
No, you boosted
setting
my
them
hair,
all
though.
on fire.
Is he aware of the results of his work?
I think that's what he intends, actually. Because he thinks that magic is being misused, and it shouldn't be.
Cormyr! Sorry.
Singing intensifies.
Cormyr, get in here now! Just continuing to sing loudly.
Yeah.
We will have this conversation later.
Well, you might want to take his mug away from him, because he's just going to keep drinking.
That is an excellent point. Rufus, see to it.
Poor Rufus.
Oh my god.
Hypothetically, if somebody came to take away your mug.
Who is this big?
No.
He's abnormally tall for a
He's
halfling.
very large and heavily armored.
Oh. Rufus.
Would you resist?
Oh, you're sending the guards after me.
Well, Rufus will see to it that the cup is taken away. He's not personally going to do it. He's tall for a halfling, but...
Probably wouldn't be paying too close attention. I would attempt to dance with him, though.
Okay. Sounds of a minor ruckus. Come through the door. The singing stops a couple of times abruptly and then continues. We will need to have this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Prevent him from putting up any more. We're taking them down as fast as we can.
Well,
several...
if we put him on a ship with my master, he might not survive the journey, but he certainly won't hang up any more flyers.
A fair point. How do you feel about sending Cormyr alone for the purpose of retrieving this cleric?
Can I make a passion roll?
For what?
Just determine, because I'm not entirely sure. No, Taliyah's pretty pissed at Cormyr, actually.
Okay. Speaking of passions, actually, though, I need a D100 roll from you. You weren't there. Never mind. You're fine. D100 roll from you.
I don't know what those are.
Oh, shoot. What do those dice look like again?
Almanya,
there we go.
Almanya, D100 roll from you as well.
Okay.
Interesting.
Fear of ghouls.
35.
35. You have acquired Hatred of Ghouls
Of
at
course.
60%.
Hatred of Ghouls.
Grace,
60.
when you're actually here, I'll let you roll as well. What'd you roll?
59.
59. You have acquired Fear of Ghouls at 60%. So again, rarely will I make you use the passion. It's largely there for your own thing. Or in a time of, I don't know, stress or whatever, if you wanted to say, can I have inspiration? I want to roll for Hatred of Ghouls here.
Yep, it
Right?
works.
So,
Well,
So,
I guess it makes sense that I'm afraid and
Yes.
you're angry.
Oh, yeah. So
Oh,
fear of ghouls at 60%, hatred of ghouls at 60%.
Okay. So, I like the idea of sending Cormyr alone on a ship with Kelfir.
Do you think this guy is going to be able to bring back
That-
the super powerful
No.
cleric that you wanted?
That
No.
would be foolish and would likely not work.
But
I
I also
apologize,
do not
my
want to leave
Frustration got the
Almanya's
better of me.
side. Frustration has also gotten the better of me as well.
Does he realize that he is directly responsible for what may turn into an all-out rebellion?
I don't think he cares. I'm not sure. I am his friend, and he has put a target on my back.
How
I have worked my butt off to save his life.
How openly do you typically cast spells when you're not performing errands for me?
Not openly at all.
Good. 2 of the left spellers have been blinded and had their tongues cut out by what are calling themselves circles.
Well, I'm never touching magic again.
It is an extraordinarily effective way of crippling a spellcaster. Gouge out their eyes, cut out
Yep.
their tongue, and break their fingers.
Because they can't do verbal, somatic, or any
So,
components.
just DMs who are wondering, like, if the city
Blind
guard
spellcaster.
captured a mage, right? How would they incapacitate them? There you go.
There you go.
Eyes, tongue, fingers.
Not like you would have ever thought of that yourself.
Ooh, that gave me so many ideas.
Ooh.
So
Hold on.
Right?
at
We'll
this
go to have another conversation in the hallway real quick.
Also, Devin's writing that down. So, oh no.
Hold on.
At this point, Sam Vilhane is just sitting back in his chair.
Well, I would love, honestly, I would sell tickets to see my master and Cormyr go head to head. But,
Tell no one else that it was Cormyr.
all right.
I will not have my name associated with that.
Thank you.
If it is known that one of my agents is responsible for much of what has been happening in the city,
Yes, imagine how it makes one feel when one has suffered,
this contract will
And-
be over.
traveled great distances, and suffered horrible things to cure someone of a disease. Only to have that someone attempt to turn the entire populace against you. Yes, I wonder what that would feel like.
I hold you responsible for him from here on.
I wash my hands of it.
So are we getting on the boat or not?
If he continues this, and it is known that one of my agents posted those things,
We could break his fingers and then he couldn't write any more flyers.
I will consider that a breach of contract, and you and your families will be left to fend for themselves. This must not get... Actually, he wouldn't really...
I know. I was literally about to say. I don't know why he's looking at me.
He's
I'm
looking
just
at you
like,
and Vera.
Okay. Each of you, but everybody signed the contracts individually, not as a party.
Yes.
So that's a breach of contract for one person.
Yes. So this is your task for the month. This is his assignment for you. For
Babysit
this month.
Cormyr.
Right.
Yes.
Get him on a boat. Let's go.
Prevent Cormyr from further destabilizing the city. That's Sam Velhane. Josh, on the other hand, as ways to burn down one of my cities go, I wholeheartedly approve of this one.
This is kind of impressive. I mean, I'm just gonna say this is a pretty impressive way of crushing the patriarchy.
Right.
Okay, so
Well, my family depend
There are women
upon
on the council.
what you have been giving them, my lord.
crushing
So
the council.
I will do my best.
See
All
that
right.
you do. Perhaps it would be best
To get on a boat.
that you leave, at least for a time.
Can you get word to my... Can you give us means of communicating with you? Again.
Do you still have... No, you used that.
Would I know what a sending stone... Would I know anything about that sort of thing?
That's the one that just allows you to cast sending once a day.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let
They're
you roll.
paired?
I'll let you roll Arcana.
What is that? That's a number. 23.
You know of them.
Do you have a sending stone? Or actually you need two. One to stay here and one to go with us.
I do not have
Can you...
sending stones. However,
The wax thing that you had.
Rufus!
What is the range on the wax?
And Rufus
Does it
brings
work
to you
across...
basically these 2 ink wells filled with... I'm sorry, it's not ink, it's wax. I'm sorry, these 2 kind of stubby red candles, and places them on the tray near Samvilhain. It'll basically function the same way as sending. It will transmit a piece of paper with up to 30 words on it.
Is there a range on that?
And how many doses is in the...
I have never tested the range.
Okay.
How many uses?
Probably about 3 per candle.
Okay,
So you got 6
about
total.
6 uses.
Yeah.
30 words, you said?
Do you have
30 words.
Do you have any supplies that we could have on our journey that we could just...
What do you think you would need?
Food, obviously. Whatever kind of supplies we need on a ship. I'm not much of a sailor, but potions, weaponry, anything that could aid us if we're going to take your troubled, the city's trouble away. We're going to need some supplies to actually get out.
Give me a persuasion check on this one.
Okay.
Because as far as he's concerned, this is...
I'm not going to try to help because I wouldn't be any help.
This is extraordinarily unlikely to work,
25.
but not that
That's
unlikely.
the hard DC.
No, that's the very hard DC.
It is.
God damn it.
I mean, okay, so Almanya has a +7 to persuasion. Morthus has a +6 to persuasion. I mean...
Okay. You have access to any weapons or armor that you might need.
We thank you.
Thank you.
Supplies, of course. You guys can... Basically, yeah, and anything
We'll be returned
in
when
the
you get back, basically.
yeah.
Yeah.
Any armor or weapons, like simple or martial armor or weapons that you guys want, you're welcome to.
Do you have any means
and
of...
you can consider your rations as many as you can carry.
Tripled.
Samvilhain's got food.
Heck
The rest
yeah.
of the city that's starving.
Heck yeah.
Do you have any means of... No, I'll be with these assholes. It won't matter. I was going to say of changing one's appearance, but perhaps of protecting one from magical persuasion, shall we say, or coercion against one's will.
No. However, that first thing you mentioned, disguise.
Yes.
You had better live and return this to me.
Okay. I try really hard to live.
Rufus, fetch my hat. Yes.
A hat?
Rufus returns very quickly with a fedora
I don't really
becoming
wear
Indiana
hats.
Jones.
because it's pretentious.
We're
like
becoming
Samvilhain.
Indiana Jones. I love it. Let's do it.
3 times a day, you can make yourself look like whoever you like.
Oh my.
He holds this in his hand. In one hand, this is not how you hold a hat.
Probably something like this.
He's holding
Yeah.
it on his finger like this.
I'm sorry, he would be holding it kind of like this, among his splayed fingers. Come back with it.
Well, if I don't, I'll already be dead anyway, so...
Yes, but it is horribly expensive and extraordinarily useful.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds extraordinarily useful.
Can I
Okay.
make an
help you.
insight check on Vera's behalf?
You're not in the... For Vera?
Can
Like,
Vera make...
All right,
How
what
are
is...
you two not
fair.
jumping on this?
What is Vera? What is Vera looking
Vera.
Vera wants to know
He's a counselor with
why
a hat
he would give
that
us a very
disguises him.
expensive hat, and
So has
why
he been up to some
disguises himself.
Skullduggery. So when
If-
he says that,
for? Yeah.
does he look at it kind of like the same way a miser would look at a bucket of gold?
I mean, he called it my hat.
Yes, but is it my precious?
Roll an insight check.
I don't know what I'm into that.
Actually, you've got Vera. Can you give
Probably
us
not enough.
What's her insight?
It's a 6.
4, so 10.
Okay. I mean,
He's hard to read.
he would clearly be extraordinarily upset.
I tried,
if
Grace.
This,
I tried.
If
Thank
this
you.
hat did not make it back.
Yeah.
Deep darkness.
Great. Maybe this will help you avoid the
Running through
person
the
who wants to
sewers
kill you.
disguised as a rat man.
Keep it. I'll face my own demons.
That seems unwise.
Yes.
Well, I mean, I'm
How
not
many
going
demons
to
do you have?
disobey
If
a
Kelfir-
direct
Leave
the hat with the
order.
counselor so he
Kelfir
can
truly
impersonate
is as
everyone.
you say, take the hat.
I don't. Yeah, of course. I'll take it.
Taliyah knows that Kelfir is not going to let her be on this ship.
No, I'll take the hat.
Thank you for your generosity.
Thank you. And may I leave a letter with you for my family if I should not return?
Of course.
Thank you.
What are we going to do about your fallen comrade's family when she doesn't show back up?
They were kind of jerks, to be honest.
It also occurs to me that Kelfir, if he is your teacher, does he know your companions?
He has not ever seen them, except Cormyr. He has seen him, but he was in his winter form, he was in his spring form when he scryed on him.
True, but there is a common theme, shall we say. It might behoove you to find a means of disguising him as well.
Another hat,
I don't know.
perhaps. Maybe
Kelfir
some
and I might
makeup.
get along.
Oh,
I
Kelfir
think
would
Kelfir
kill
would
you in a
murder you
second,
on this
man.
ship.
You would be so
You
dead.
guys will so get along. It's going to be a fast friendship.
You will be so dead.
Hey, I'm dancing with a guard right now, so...
You're not.
I
You're
will,
dancing around.
I'm
Wait,
trying to dance
did-
around
You
the guard.
tried.
Sorry, point of clarification.
Yes.
Did Sam Volhain, or did Rufus give me his cup? Where's his cup?
Rufus is holding it.
Rufus, can I have that, please?
Sam Vilhain nods at Rufus. Rufus hands it to him.
Okay,
I'm sorry,
there you
what
go.
was
You
that?
can
If that's
keep
what
it.
you mutter, nothing happens.
Yeah, I think I catch that.
That's what he always mutters.
Drink and be merry turns it on. For
Okay.
tomorrow we may die turns it off.
Okay.
Oh, is that how it works?
Yes.
Oh, all you ever heard me say was drink and be merry.
Yeah, all I ever hear is drink and be merry.
Yeah, and for tomorrow is I.
Okay.
Oh.
Because at that point, I'm halfway into it.
Gotcha. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. Anyway. Taliyah's not good at drinking, but she tried.
Okay.
Put that
Keep
on
that
disguise
here.
yourself. I still want to know how you're going to break it to the family or write them some very cryptic note saying that their daughter is
Surely.
traveling.
So, out of character, Jenny to marry.
Yeah.
Did Almanya tell her family that she was working with the counselor?
Yeah. I mean, she's
Okay.
wearing the pin around, so yes.
So then, perhaps Taliyah again, perhaps the counselor could send a message that he has sent Almanya off on an errand, and we'll see what happens. Can you do that, my lord?
I thought you were cursed with impoliteness.
I'm trying to be extra polite so that it comes out as somewhat civil.
It really doesn't work.
Fine. Taliyah's still trying anything she can
Can't
think
this
of.
dickwad send some... Just, oh my
And
god.
you suddenly
Make the help
realize
do it.
that you've put both of your ankles up on the table and they're just crossed there and you're leaning
Mud
back
is,
as
like,
you're,
dripping on
as you're
them,
talking
too.
to him, and he keeps. It's almost like he's got like a tick. He keeps like looking at your feet and just.
I love him.
Vera keeps smacking me.
Forgive her. As far as I know, it's unintentional. Oh, you be quiet.
I understand she's cursed. You should look into fixing that.
Yeah. I will once we
I think
know how.
that, maybe powerful wizards can do that sort of shit. But I don't want to talk to him, so let's not go there, shall we?
Well, maybe I can
Indeed.
talk to him.
Yes, I can have any letters you wish delivered.
Then that's the best way of letting Almanya's family know, I think. And, for that matter, mine as well.
If we're going to leave, we are going to have to get all of our supplies and leave immediately.
And then Taliyah, because this is super important, she'll just write this part down. In her sweetest, loveliest handwriting, she will just write, "Will you keep sending food to my family after I am dead?"
You wrote that and slid it to Sam Vilhain?
And as he's reading it, she just is like, tears start again.
Because I love that your tears are probably just you foul-mouthedly cursing while you're sobbing into things.
I will do what I can for your family. Anything else?
Supplies, letter. I'm sorry.
Supplies, letters to
Passage.
friends, family.
All right,
Do you know
I'm
how
sorry.
much?
Hold it up.
Taliyah, yes, Taliyah. Do you know how much?
I
we're
know
going
there
to
are
have
some
to
things that Vera
pay?
wants to do before
Yeah.
you guys actually go off on this. So
Okay.
Vera will do some things, and when Grace is actually
How
here,
much are we going to have to pay to get on this ship?
Oh, yes. How much, since we're technically doing this errand for you to get this Cormyr out of the city, do you cover our passage?
I owe you
yeah, no, essentially,
like a check.
yeah.
Okay.
I can give you a check to
Double entry bookkeeping.
It's
Hell
not a
yes.
check. it's a promissory note
Okay.
with my seal on it,
Mhm.
and that should be acceptable to him. And if it isn't, I will just have him eviscerated.
I love this man.
Vera wants an insight check. Will he really
Okay.
have him eviscerated?
Roll an insight check.
I love Sam Valheim. He's great.
6!
Hard to read.
You're welcome, Grace.
I love that we can
Trying
start.
so
I love
hard.
that with your rudeness, though, you can start to see just the slightest cracks of like, please don't. Like, he's a good guy. He used to really try hard. I love him.
All right.
All right.
Do we need anything else?
We'll collect our things.
Actually, sorry, Taliyah would like a retroactive insight check on if he actually seemed like he was going to send food to her family.
Too late.
Fine. Okay. Yeah, this is such a stupid idea. I just want to say that. out of
The
character.
whole thing. I thought you were about to
such a
do something that was a stupid
stupid
idea, and I was like, oh no, you guys were almost out of this
character,
situation.
this is such a stupid idea.
So, what do you guys want from the armory?
Bracers
I
of
assume
defense.
plate.
What? Plate? Where?
You may have
I didn't steal the plates.
you may have several ceramic plates.
Sweet.
Bracers of defense. Can a wizard wear such things?
Nothing magical.
It's simpler, Marshall.
Oh, he already gave me his hat.
No, I think bracers of defense can be attuned by anybody
Yeah.
who's not wearing any other armor.
Right.
But it's not a simple or martial thing. It's a magical item, yeah?
Yeah.
I'll take
I thought that
plate
was the
armor too.
distinction.
I'm sorry?
I'll take plate armor too.
Okay. You got plate armor.
Thank you.
I've got a hat. Maybe I should.
I
I'll
think
just
simple
take
and
some.
martial only apply to weapons. Bracers are...
They're
I'll-
considered armor.
I know I'm not proficient in it, but just for the sake of. No, the disguise can make me look like I'm wearing armor. Like I'm wearing armor like a
Oh, I
mercenary.
see. Okay.
I was like, I could just wear armor and not look like my normal skinny ass self.
Yeah. You can... I don't think you can change your height very much with disguise self.
No, I'm super tall anyway. I'm 5'10".
Okay, yeah.
So, I'm tall enough to be like... Yeah. I've already
But-
put the
but you
hat
can-
on,
You
and I'm
can-
thay about it.
The illusion can extend to your clothing.
Right, that's
to
what I was
just
saying.
about
I was-
everything. So yeah.
Thinking maybe I should just take some leather armor and wear
okay.
that. But
Now
yeah.
you're still going to have to keep out of sight quite a bit because it's only 1 hour per cast of
Right.
disguise self. So
Does he have any kind of magical weaponry or anything like that?
unfortunately, he does not.
Okay.
Your choices are basically between anything in the player handbook
But
that you want. Is
But you
yours,
have
but-
Almanya's
I
sword.
do have Almanya's sword and her cloak.
Right.
And her potion, which I don't know what it does, but
And
I
her
have
song.
the potion.
And you put
And her song.
and you put stuff on your mace or your warhammer last time.
I did. I do have her song. Yep. I have all of her things, which actually Morthus is going to go through, not to like rifle through and kind of pick
Oh,
and
you
choose.
also
like, I'm gonna
have the
this.
fancy cloak of photosynthesis.
I do, yeah. I'm going to kind of go through her stuff and like see if there's anything kind of useful that we can use on the journey and just start kind of pulling out.
Would Vera like
Thanks.
the cloak, Grace?
I'm happy to give the cloak to whoever.
We can distribute that when Vera's
Yeah.
actually
Yeah.
here. Okay.
Just say 20 hit points over here.
Yeah.
So as you guys prepare,
this
as you
one's
grab all of your
sword.
stuff and you prepare to leave Sam Valheim's mansion,
So, question about that.
yes.
How are you getting me out of there? You guys have been in the kitchen this entire goddamn time.
Yeah.
So
And
Sam
at no
Valheim has
point
big
have I
guards.
seen the dead body. I mean, it's pretty easy to get me
How
out of
long
there.
does it take
Turning
you
to the
to
DM
sober
and
up?
saying, Samvelhane has big cards is not the same as saying, I do this.
No. So how long would it take you to sober up, honestly? Because how long has all this taken? Like an hour?
You guys have been
Oh,
here for a few
honey.
hours.
I have not stopped drinking.
No,
Like,
we took
I'm-
your mug away.
Yeah, and I was smashed.
What do you want to do?
I honestly
Don't
Carry
look
him
at
out of
me.
here. We'll pick him up and hoist him over my shoulder and carry him out.
can Counselor, can the big guys carry him down to the docks for us?
They cannot leave the premises.
What, do they stop working or something?
Wow, that is the most, like, can I talk to your manager level shit I have ever heard in my life. What, do they stop working or something if they leave the building?
Nice
God,
job
Karen.
role-playing those ill manners.
Yeah.
But Vera also would like to protest that one of them chased her all over this neighborhood.
Yes, that was in protection of the home.
Okay.
Can we have
To go
guards
all the way
sent?
to
Can we
the
have more
docks.
guards sent here
Can
so we can
somebody
go?
carry him?
I shall have
or knock him out or something?
watchmen summoned.
There we go.
They can escort you.
Do we need to knock him out or something? Because I totally would punch him in the face.
You are
But
welcome
that wouldn't
to
do
punch him
much.
in the face. I will not stop you. Anyway, as
Not
you
that it
guys
would do much.
as you guys prepare to leave, you guys can figure out how you're gonna
Yeah.
get Cormyr out of there. In the meantime, Almanya.
Yeah.
You have run across the inland sea through a ruined city and across a snowy plain, and you find yourself standing next to a well-trampled road that goes straight through a massive gate in a huge white wall. Oh, I think I skipped a step. No, I did not. Through the wall, on the other side, there is the beacon. The largest, the brightest beacon of all of the stars that you've seen on the horizon. This one commands your will. What do you want to do?
What are you?
You talking to the beacon?
Yeah.
Okay.
If it's compelling me, I'm going to talk to it.
No, you sing at it.
I do sing at it.
You stand before this wall.
I'm going to sing at the wall. It sounds like a good idea.
You sing at the wall.
I sing at the wall.
Okay.
I'm a bard. I have to sing.
This wall shines with power. And you get the sense, it's weird, but the wall is more than physical. You get the sense that if you approached and touched it, you would not pass through it. And it appears to be waking. It pulses very gently with power and life and uncertainty. Is it time? Should I wake now?
I'm going to sing it my song that I've worked on. As far as I've gotten, everything that I kind of know about the world and its balance and then kind of continue on with it of kind of my assumption of what could be coming. Because I don't know and I haven't traveled far enough to know. I want to sing everything that I've kind of gotten through so far and what I hope the world will be like once I leave home.
Okay.
Because I don't know if it wants to wake yet and what it's waiting for.
You take all of your fear and your frustration and your curiosity and your hope and you throw it all into these lyrics. You don't even remember what you've said as you just sing. And the wall does not react. It appears to have been waking for some time. You didn't wake it.
What are you waiting for? I'm going to say that very loudly, even though Mary is feeling very quiet about this.
This is a mistake. But I'm going to give you a persuasion check.
Is this a mistake? I love it. Persuade the wall.
I mean,
Like only a bard can.
actually, can you even hit a 30? Because
Not
with
at
a
my
nat
level,
20
no.
plus
No. Okay. I mean, it's a 22.
a 22.
The highest I can get is a
There's
27.
No discernible
Okay.
Reaction.
Anything that I can kind of notice
Nope.
about it.
As you attempt to interact with the wall.
As I do. Because I'm a bard.
It wasn't supposed to come out funny, but I couldn't keep a straight face as I said it.
I'm trying to talk to a wall, okay?
We always talk to a wall.
You consistently find your eyes unfocusing on the wall and looking past it towards the beacon. Roll a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh, that's a natural 19.
A natural 19. Okay. It draws you forward, but you manage to resist.
So there's something behind that wall that I don't like.
Somewhere beyond that wall, there is a beacon that sings of life and warmth and peace.
But it lies. And I want to run away from it.
Sonia pointed to the light in the north and said, must not. Pointed to this one and said, cannot.
Cannot.
Yeah, the one you were heading for initially was the one in the north, and that's the one that she said lies.
Oh.
This one she simply said, you cannot go.
Oh.
That's it. Cannot.
I thought she more was like saying, you can't go. But I guess it's more of a physical, you can't go.
Yep.
Can I walk to the wall and touch it?
Yeah, you walk up to it and you reach out your hand and it is solid.
What can I feel?
I mean, it feels like stone.
Okay. Does it look like stone?
Yeah, it is a pure white stone wall.
Does it look like anything I've ever seen or read or heard about in all of the songs that I've collected?
Yeah, this is very well known. You don't even need to roll for it. You're pretty sure that this is the wall around the Empire of Reem.
Huh.
A massive, almost 200-mile long wall, 100+ feet high. It encloses a great deal of land, which basically means Vreem is pretty much the only city on this continent that actually has access to farmland.
Mm.
Most other cities supplement, right, I have a dedicated core of casters who basically just create food and water all day.
Right.
And there are never enough of them. And they supplement their food supply with whatever else they can get. Fishing, most places are coastal. But Vreem is the only city on the continent that has large tracts of protected, viable farmland.
Huh. Is there a gate?
You want to search for a gate?
Yeah.
Okay. As you try and move around the wall, give me another wisdom saving throw.
Not as good. 12?
12. Okay. You start jogging along the wall, and just like before, the ground passes very quickly beneath you. You are... It's kind of like those automatic walkways at an airport where you take a few steps, but you move way faster.
Yeah.
Only, times 5.
Moving sidewalks,
So the wall goes by in a blur, and you suddenly stop. And you look, and somewhere nearby, there is a presence. Nearby, there's someone calling you, and you try to push your way through the stone again, but the stone's will is stronger than yours, and you can't quite push through. But just ahead, just around the curve, there's a place where you might be able to get through. And as you jog towards that position, you do find a gate, and as you look up at it, you move towards that presence, and you suddenly find yourself in a small... actually, no, we're going to go ahead and pause there.
Okay.
So, you just kind of lunge forward, and you appear in a small room. And when we come back from the break, we'll talk about that. So,
okay.
Thank you for joining us. We'll be back in about 10 minutes to hopefully leave Senvilhain's Manor and continue your ghost walk.
It's really helpful. Yeah, This is super interesting. I'm going back and forth between two characters. So great. More this than
So
Almanya.
So,
More this than
we'll be back
Almanya.
in 10 minutes. Join us then. Thank you very much. Welcome back. So, when we left off, Almanya's soul was standing before the gates of Vreem, of the Vreeman Empire. And, actually, no, you had jumped into a room. And the rest of the party was trying to figure out how best to get out of Sam Velhane's manor, because apparently there's a problem.
Yeah, it's Cormyr.
So we'll start with that.
So Taliyah's a very strong advocate of just knocking him out and carrying him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is Taliyah going to attempt that?
Taliyah would, smack him in the face, and that'll be funny.
Okay.
Because
Are you going to
that's
avoid
really good at. She's
I don't
really
know.
good
Do
at
I
that.
see it coming? Let's find out. Oh, I see it coming.
That's okay. It was only a 10.
Oh.
It wasn't that hard to dodge.
He's pulling on like a pauldron and tying it into place, and your hand just smacks off it.
Would you like to come with us? We're going to go on a ship to try to save Almanya and bring her back. Are you lucid yet? It sounds a lot ruder.
How do you goddamn feel? Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to actually.
All right, you stupid piece of...
If you're not comfortable cursing, I'll do your cursing for you.
There, yeah, you do that for me.
Okay, cool.
Because Taliyah's actually... So Jenny has no qualms. I just will say Jenny curses like a sailor half the time anyway. But it's really uncomfortable because when I'm in Taliyah's headspace, she doesn't do that.
Now she has to.
She does now.
So, you dickwad.
Just put your stupid armor on and walk out the door so nobody has to carry your miserable ass down to the ship.
Yeah, that seems about right. Where's everyone else?
So, Vera's right here, obviously.
And there's two of her.
Hey, little girls.
And this is Morthus, who's the extra nice tiefling man we picked up.
Hi.
He seems like a bag of laughs.
The person who died because someone decided to spread propaganda instead of do their job is Almanya, and she's on the kitchen table. Maybe you could be useful and carry her dead body down to the ship for us.
Who wasn't doing their job?
You.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
Yeah, you're too busy making sure that people who are just doing their jobs were going to get murdered by mobs.
Who got murdered?
A lot of people based on your stupid flyers.
You're gonna have to be I need you to slow down. There's flying what now?
I'm gonna grab him by the arm and walk him over to the kitchen table where Almanya is dead. And just go, continue.
So someone
You're
decided...
suddenly in a different room. You're not quite sure how it happened, but okay.
Well, this is a weird feast.
Someone decided that it was better to sit on their ass in a tavern and write anti-magic propaganda that is sure to get several members of their party killed, while one member of their party actually got killed.
You asshole.
Yeah, and I smack him again. I smack him again while he's
With
sleeping.
advantage, because he's sleeping.
I mean, there should be an automatic hit if he's asleep.
18.
Fair.
I mean,
Yeah.
he's kind of...
It's a big, meaty whack, and your hand hurts like hell, but it feels good.
Yeah, I'm awake. I didn't do it, Sergeant, but...
Get your miserable head out of your ass and move.
I know you.
Yes, you do.
This is a new haircut.
Our
You
producer
have.
is snickering in the background.
Have I?
Yeah.
I don't remember ever
You just haven't seen him
interacting
drunk.
with you. Oh, okay.
There are actually 8 Cormyrs. 4 seasons, and then each one drunk.
Each one, so there's the 4 seasons, and there's the solstices.
Yeah.
He
The
just kind of
equinoxes and solstices, and they're the
puts a hand on the kitchen table, incidentally on the thigh of the corpse that's laying there.
Vera's responses.
We were talking about something.
Yes,
Mm.
we were. You were talking about the evils of magic and how the weave must be preserved. And while normally I would admire your
Now I remember
use
this
of such
now.
a term,
Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Here, read this.
Counselor.
What is it?
You really should consider.
He's in here.
Um,
He is your responsibility now.
Yeah. Do we
He
need
just
to-
handed me a flyer.
Yes, he handed you a flyer. It says,
So there's
he
our
shared the list with
evidence.
me.
oh,
Hold on.
Ooh, what does this one say? I need a really good slogan to that.
There's our evidence.
I mean, I have not been making stealth rolls to post these.
Oh,
Just
I know.
saying.
He's just walking around.
Well, he also gave 2 of them to the city watch that you. With that
Gold
was
gets
chasing
swole. Is
you.
that what it was saying on it? I still like the better tragic than magic.
Yeah.
I have it with like
There are like
little
30.
hearts. It's a date.
My favorite, though, was that
He's
at the
a
bottom
singer.
of the document, you included all of the World War II propaganda that inspired each of these. This particular one...
And World War I.
This particular one says, bonds or bondage, do your part to stop the loose spread of the arcane.
Doesn't even make sense.
Bonds or bondage. Man, so is this... Are we
so
sure this
it's-
isn't just like
well,
a kinky sex
This
thing?
one has an illustration.
Oh, even better!
Please
So the
explain.
paper is split down the middle, and on one side, right, there's a guy, wizard hat, wizard robes, standing over this poor child
There's
who's
a reason I don't wear robes.
trying to break a rock and has manacles all over them. And then on the other side, there's the wizard, all shackled, right? Just kind of handing out these big bowls of food. It's and there's all of these happy, fit-looking children all around, taking the food, throwing rocks at him, and running away.
I'm gonna hold it up and go, you sure it's not a kinky sex thing? Because that's what it looks like.
Can we just destroy it,
I
please?
don't know anything about kinky sex things, but
This
I
is
don't
vellum.
think
This
so.
is nice vellum, too.
Burn
What?
it.
Alright. Walk
Please.
over to the fireplace.
Does he have any more on him?
Yeah, let's give him a quick pat down.
What? Yeah, you can pat me down.
Roll an investigation check.
He secretly sprang just
Natural
really drunk.
20.
You're pretty sure you get them all. And there is an unbelievable number of these just stashed, like they're folded up in his boot, they're tucked under the armor. You're pretty sure you managed to get them all.
Hey, not
You've
that
got
one.
a
Not that one.
good
It keeps me warm.
stack of them.
I take it, even though it keeps him warm.
Chuck him into the fire. Burn him.
Yeah, I'm totally doing that. Also, do I find
One on
his...
top says some wizards just want to watch the world burn. Don't let
Yeah.
them escape our justice.
Do I also happen to find his writing implements and ink?
With
the
a nat
natural
20,
20?
yeah.
Okay, I'm taking those.
You take those.
Yeah. Those are mine now.
Okay.
I have Cormyr's ink and stuff.
You also find a pair of underwear and you realize he's not actually wearing any.
Taliyah, retches a little bit and just drops them.
Yeah, he's like propped up on the table.
Alright, good time to knock him out. Can I take, the butt end of my warhammer?
Do you want to
Lift it
carry
up.
him? I think we should make him walk.
Oh no, if he's walking like this, he's gonna fall into the ocean and die anyway. And I'm gonna smack him on the back of the head and try and knock him out.
Okay.
Just straight up. Not trying to do any damage, just
I'm going to
knock
give
him
it to you.
out.
You just kind of take aim carefully and it's just, okay, clunk. And he just drops to the floor.
Excellent. I'm gonna pick him up.
Okay.
I'm a pretty big dude.
Yep.
So strong.
So are you bringing Almanya's body?
Yeah, who wants to carry the Dragonborn?
Vera says, not me.
I will try.
Almanya's not huge. You're taller than Almanya.
So
Yeah, I'm taller than Almanya,
I'd
but I'm
just like to
also
point out-
super weak.
you're going to be you're going to have a squad of the watch with you.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say, you're going to be 2 people and a halfling walking through the streets at night carrying limp bodies.
No, we're having the watch with
Okay.
us.
Yeah. So the watch eventually shows up.
Isn't it like close to morning by now? Because you said it was midnight when we got here, and it's
Yeah,
like
so
been,
it's like
okay.
2 or 3 in the morning.
Right, we gotta go. We gotta get on that boat. We don't know how early they're gonna sail.
Okay.
You guys walk out of the house to see...
tune to the hat, by the way?
I'm sorry?
Can I have a tune to the hat?
Oh, would that be attunement?
Yeah,
For a 3-use only item.
that's the hat of disguise. It is attuned.
No, but the Hat of Disguise allows you to cast it
Oh,
as
and
many
you just
times
have
as you
it. Okay.
want. As a free cast, sorry, as a limited cast, I'll say no. It does not require attunement. You can't use it to cast it on yourself, give it to somebody else, they cast it on them, give it to some right. The hat has to concentrate, mechanically speaking.
The hat has to concentrate. Okay. Hat that has to concentrate. I will put it on and think really hard about Lorban when he left for Worcestershire in his stray crows get up.
Okay. Stray crows. Okay.
Lit.
You guys walk out of the mansion in time to see Sam Velhane back to the mansion, and there are 5 watchmen all standing there just like slowly shrinking down as he berates them. And you come out just in time to hear, and if any harm comes to any of them, I will have you working on the dock lifts immediately, and you will never leave that place.
Taliyah's a little scared.
And they're all just kind of slowly shrinking behind their shields. So, you guys have an escort of 5.
Woo! I will tip the fancy hat to the
We'll
counselor.
take you through the city. Okay, you tip the fancy hat to the counselor. He looks at you for a second, sees the hat, and actually, the hat melds into the disguise. So you're not Lorban wearing a fedora.
Oh, okay.
That would be pretty sweet.
Lorban
Oh,
wearing
darn.
something else. But he looks at you in surprise for a second, looks around.
But Lorban looks a lot like Oh, that's stupid. Yeah, I'm gonna change myself into Tobias instead. Because Lorban actually looks a lot like Taliyah.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. Tell me, what is...
Tobias is about my height. Slender, half-elven, kind of dark, dreaded hair. He's got, like, a skull cap, sort of piratey looking garb, you know.
Okay.
He
Kinda
says...
Big floppy boots.
Yeah, he tells everyone he's an honest merchant. He's totally a pirate. Yeah.
Cool. All right, so you look like a pirate now.
Yeah.
Dressed in thick leather, or thick wool.
Hi, Yoshi!
Okay. What did you do with all of the propaganda posters, by the way? I assume you just
burned
threw them
them.
in the fire. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or should have I fed them to people?
No, I was just curious if you're holding on to them. 'cause
Oh, no, I burned them.
I've got a whole list here, and I want you to know what they say. But if
Well,
you
I would
burned
have
them, we'll
looked
just
at
have
them.
to
I would have
save that
looked
for the
at
next
them
round.
as I burned them. So read off the top 5, if you wouldn't mind, for
Sure.
the folks at home.
Might makes right. We've got
That's
that one.
so never
We've
true.
done that one. The circle's embrace keeps all safe.
Creepy.
Only you can prevent town fires. Keep calm and report a magic abuser. Never know who's casting. The arcane belongs in a circle.
I'm really impressed, Evan. These are great.
These are all courtesy
they keep
of
going.
our very own Devin.
I really wanted to figure out how to make Daddy, what did you do during the Mage Wars? But the Mage Wars were like 800 years ago, so it was real hard to work that into.
So the Mage Wars were like 2 weeks long. It's the Lich Wars that then lasted for almost a full 1,000 years afterward.
How could I be so silly? What I meant to say is, Mommy, what did you do during the Lich Wars?
I mean, if you have an elven mom and they're this old, you know.
Yeah, you kind of have a target demographic on that slogan. So yeah.
Yeah, all of Onishire.
Anyway, Almanya.
Yeah.
You stand before this wall that has pulled you so far from home, and you see the beacon, and you want it, and you found a way to get through. You will yourself towards it, and you find yourself in a small room. There's a very small cot lying in the corner. The furnishings are sparse, very Spartan. There's a simple trunk open with neatly folded clothes and a small medallion with some kind of symbol carved on it. You can't make it out from where you're standing. There's a small mirror and a wash basin filled with steaming water on a stand in the corner, and a hand towel hanging off the edge. Standing over the basin is a man with his back to you, who's kind of holding a razor, and he suddenly just kind of stands up and turns and looks straight at you. And this guy is corporeal.
Okay. What does he look like?
Elderly, long white hair pulled back into a very thick ponytail, fine features but with deep wrinkles. His face is half covered in shaving cream. Looks like he got about halfway through, and he wears long black robes. And as he looks at you, his face breaks into just kind of a large, very warm smile. Ah, my dear, you are looking frightened. Relax. You're safe.
Where's here?
They always try to talk.
I'm a very talkative person. I assume the mouth is just moving.
Yeah.
I'm really trying, okay? I've asked everybody on the way where I am, what's going on. I don't know.
Doing, he takes the towel and just kind of wipes the rest of the
I'm sorry.
shaving cream off his face.
I recognize the scholarly, like, okay, I'm gonna wait for you to stop talking. I apologize.
I'm sorry, young one. Your life should not have been taken from you. A great wrong has been done. And he walks towards you and just kind of gently, slowly reaches out his hand and cups your cheek, and you can feel it. It is warm. I'm sorry, but I cannot hear you. May I see your arm? Which one do you reach out towards it?
My left.
Okay. He takes it and just kind of scans it, and he says, my dear, I am so sorry. You are not one of mine, and I cannot let you through.
No, please.
This is not the place for you. In better times, perhaps, but I'm sorry. You shall have to seek elsewhere.
Who are you? I say it very slowly, as though so maybe he can read my lips. Who?
He just kind of closes his eye and gently shakes his head. I'm sorry, I cannot understand you. Goodbye, my dear.
Please.
Myrna bless you. Flee, hide, until stone becomes as water and the mother comes again. I am sorry. He gives you just a gentle push, and suddenly you're outside the walls again, staring at this stone.
Why can't I go in? Why am I not one of yours?
Not for us. Start and turn, and Sonya's standing right there.
God! Then what is for us? If I'm not one of... I don't know who Myrna is.
We stand at the gate.
Until we can get in? Until someone will take us in?
Not this gate.
What's our gate?
She struggles to explain, but she cannot seem to form more words at the moment.
Is this because I don't have a god? Is this because I didn't go and follow my sister every time she wanted to go and learn about whoever the fuck the blood god is? Is this my punishment for not being more dragonborn like I should have been? Is this some kind of weird karma because I decided to study music and magic? I don't expect you to answer. I bet you don't know because I made you up. I made you up.
And she doesn't answer. She looks at you.
I made you up. So where the fuck am I if I made you up? And if you're the only one here, what about all the other people I made up? What about all the other songs I've sung? And if I sang my song, would I just be making up a new world if I can do this? Gods. Okay, where to now? Where are we going now? Where's our party gonna be at? I hope we're having a rave, because I could really use a rave right now.
She stares at you.
In the north, you hear.
That's my rave.
And your attention is drawn to the north.
I can't go there.
To that first
Not
beacon.
supposed to go there. Is there anything to the west?
And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Fuck.
Goes from the north, you hear.
Waka 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 wow! That's a 15.
Okay. You suddenly find yourself running again.
God damn it.
North. Far, far to the north. To that other
God is to the
beacon. This time you'll be accepted. This time you will find safety. Through plains of snow, the horizon bare in all directions, past a massive pit in the earth, vast beyond imagining. Past mountains far to the west, you sprint, and everything is a blur. You pass a fortress city that is teeming with life, and then it's gone. Where'd it go? And though the city... Whoops, I'm sorry, I lost my place. Past a fortress city teeming with life, some kind of celebration is going on inside. It's a festival of spirit, happiness, and peace. Though the city is in the middle of just a blasted wasteland. The snow ended some time ago. And this is just a barren wasteland. The very ground of which screams out to you in pain. You can hear it crying. Past all this, until you stand in front of another fortress city, but this one is empty, except for the beacon, which is somewhere in the center and deep, deep below. As you gaze at this city, you see tall spires and walls and keeps. This place is truly massive, smaller than Anashur. But its walls are higher, thicker, its buildings squat. Each rank, as you go towards the center of the city, is higher than the one before it, so that defenders would, even if the enemy broke into the city, defenders would always have the high ground. And deep in the heart of it lies that promise of safety. This time you will find home. And Sonia is standing in front of you again. Must not go.
Then take me with you.
Go ahead and return to the streets.
Switch over to my actions.
Sorry.
It's okay. Let's have like a stack and a stack.
So, you guys are being escorted through the streets. So you took plate mail,
Yeah.
You've got a hat.
Mm-hmm.
Nice hat.
And the candles.
And the sending candles. Vera, Grace, when you're back,
Bring alcohol.
you can pick things
Please.
as well.
Oh no, the mug stayed at Sam Bohane's.
Yeah, I know the mug stayed.
And I'm carrying him and he's knocked out, so. Not a graceful sleeper.
Doesn't have a lot of practice.
You guys are escorted through the streets. You pass through your own, you go back down that massive causeway that leads down into the Cataract District, and then you head slightly north. Get my map You pass through.
How long is this transit?
Yeah, how long does this take?
It's going to take probably about 45 minutes or an hour. You're not all that far from the lifts that go up and down from the docks.
I'll have to recast my disguise before I go.
But it's interesting, as you head from the Cataract District into kind of the the center hangar district, the one that's on the cliff edge, the walls around the Cataract District join with those of the central hangars, but the central hangar district walls are much larger and thicker, and all of the battlements point outward from that district into the Cataract District. Everything just seems much larger. You enter the central hangars district, and as you kind of round the corner, the City Watch are forming just kind of a loose formation around you guys, and they're just looking for anything. You guys hear shouting and a commotion, and as you round a corner, there's a large crowd outside of a house.
Mm-mm.
And they are all shouting. And the watchman in the lead kind of turns back and says, "Sergeant, find us another way around."
What are they shouting? Can I hear?
Roll a perception check. Or unless you just want to get closer.
7.
7? Okay. You hear a couple of snatches.
Circles.
Watching me with magic! Hoarding food!
What?
Oh no, is this Vera's house?
No, you guys are out of the Cataract District.
Oh, okay.
You guys are in the Central Hangars District.
Oh no.
So the watchman in the lead kind of ducks into an alley and is trying to find some easier way around the crowd or an alternate route. What do you guys want to do?
We'll go around with the watch people,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
I'm gonna just follow them.
He's going to be a while. You guys watch the crowd for about a minute, and then they all pick up the same chant. Drag him out! Drag him out! Drag... And you watch as the door of the house splinters inward, and a bunch of people kind of pour into the house.
Do we have any idea of whose house this is?
Nope. You don't know anybody really who lives here. Eventually, as you guys kind of stand and wait for your guide to come back,
uncomfortable with all this.
they drag somebody out into the street.
I'm looking as hard as I can to try to see.
Okay. It's a big crowd. Go ahead and roll a perception check. 5. You can't really see who they dragged out. Various people in the crowd are just kind of shouting.
I'm also crossing my fingers at my sides, clenching my fists, not...
Okay. Shouting at each other, shouting at the person that they dragged out. Again, you can't quite make out the specific words they're using. But you do suddenly hear screaming from the middle of the crowd.
Yeah, it does sound pretty bad.
What do you think, Morthus? Should we do something?
I would if I wasn't carrying an enormous lug and you weren't carrying another enormous lug and we weren't on a timetable.
Well, I attempted to carry Almanya and I failed horribly, so it was one of the City Watch people probably took her from me.
Another piercing scream erupts from the center of the
throw him
crowd,
down.
and the crowd roars.
Throw him down, maybe I'll wake up and be useful.
Drop down, Cormyr.
Okay.
Just onto the ground.
You drop Cormyr.
That's very, very rude.
Tis twoo.
Cormyr, you wake up. You're half dressed in plate.
I love that you're expecting him to do something when he was when he started.
If anything actually happens
know.
to you, we'll consider you wearing half plate, because you are literally wearing half a plate, half a suit of plate mail.
I don't know what that is. I think it's 16.
What do you think, Morthus?
I think it's 16. Oh, I thought half plate was heavy.
Okay.
I don't know.
I'm gonna walk up to the very edge of the crowd.
I will
Okay.
go right in his wake, looking very buff and Tobias-y.
I'm wearing a City Watch. I'm still wearing my bloodied City Watch outfit.
You don't. Oh, I'm sorry. You do have
I'm
a
in the
City
City
Watch
Watch.
output. I'm sorry. So what you have is actually is a long white tabard, with
Blood.
red lining, and then just 2 keys. I'm sorry, one key across the front that faces to your right. So
Okay.
actual
have to draw it for
prongs
me,
of
but
the
yes.
key face to your
Okay.
right. As you go to step forward, one of the sergeant
Mhm.
goes, "Look, Sam Vilhane told us to get you safely there. This is not part of the plan."
Great, what are they doing?
"I have no idea, but the counselor told us to stay with you.
When we get there, what are you guys going to do about this?
We'll protect you, but we'd really rather not get involved. Surely another squad can deal with this."
Well, make sure another squad gets here, because this is getting slightly out of hand, and you don't want something to set on fire, and there goes half of the city.
Do you know who's here? Like, whose house this is?
This is not our district. We are council district watchmen. The scout pops his head out of an alley. "Sergeant, I found a way around." What are you guys doing?
You want your friend to get to safety? The one who's dead?
Yes.
Then we go. I pick Cormyr back up.
Avoiding the crowd.
Can't
Cormyr
even
picks
do
himself back
anything.
up, thank you very much.
Are you actually awake?
Yeah.
Apparently.
Okay.
Fuck off.
So
I pick him up by the scruff.
Fuck
Pick him up.
off.
you, as you weave your way through the alleyways, you hear the muted roar of the crowd is occasionally punctuated with just a scream of pain and terror. But you guys,
Taliyah starts crying again.
It's been a very emotional day for him.
I'm sorry, Jenny.
I know! I fully intend to... If I didn't have a strength of -1, I would beat the crap out of him!
You don't know you have a strength of -1, and you're pissed off.
I have tried to hit him.
If
and
I
it's
didn't
not
know
been
that I
very
wasn't
effective.
so weak, I would have.
I know how weak I am, okay?
Okay.
So what she's saying is that she's going to fall back on her arcane knowledge to inflict great pain and suffering.
No,
Can
she
you
just-
see where I'm coming from?
She's just gonna step on you while you're sleeping. That's what she's gonna do.
Okay. You guys continue through the alleyways. Eventually, you escape the crowd, and you arrive at essentially a wooden elevator scaffolding. So you guys you're at the edge of the cliff, and there's a stone wall about chest high, and over it you can see the inland sea that goes out as far as it's nighttime, which isn't very far. So
Yeah, we know.
in the daytime, it goes way out there.
Are there stars?
But
I mean,
also,
I'm assuming if there's
Taliyah
stars,
likes
you can
this
see quite a
spot
bit.
because she used to come here to these sorts of places and go down to the docks with guys all the time. So
you
she
can.
likes it.
There are stars.
And we can see.
There's also Celosphere is
yes.
full.
It's also actually everything really is considered dim light. So actually, you can see quite a ways out into an ocean.
I assume it's like when
which
you're on
looks
the edge
dark,
of the ocean and
blood
it's
red.
Yeah, and you kind of can
in
see.
the light of the
so
full Celosphere.
inviting. This is
Let's get
such
on
a,
that boat. Come on.
this is such a stupid idea.
So
Such
Got a better
stupid
one?
idea. No, this is just Jenny again. Sorry.
And don't you talk. You have no good ideas. Okay.
The door to the elevator, which is basically just a wooden grating with kind of cross boards, raises up. And the whole lift itself is about 20 feet by 20 feet. Hold on. Let me make sure I get this right. Go to my actual sketches. It's the wrong one. Yeah. It's basically a 20 by 20 foot platform that is very thick. It's multiple slats of wood that have somehow been attached together. And in the center is just a giant wheel. And then through each of the corners, there are 2 ropes. And manning this particular wheel is just a very large ogre that's just kind of standing there, chained to the wheel, and assisting are a number of dragonborn. You've certainly seen these before. I don't know, does Morthus ever go down to the docks?
He probably has for city watch stuff, and then down there.
So these are dragonborn that have been out of the sunlight so long that their scales have just lost color. So these are just kind of these
Tailed or
these
tailless?
sick. They are definitely tailless.
That's what I thought.
They are sick, emaciated, and just have these pale, scales. They're not white. It's almost yellowed. And they're all standing at this wheel and standing in the elevator on the lift. Call it a lift.
Josh, it's an elevator.
Which is still an elevator.
Yeah, but it's just
It's the British way of
It's
saying
British
Yeah.
word, so
It's the British
makes me
word.
think more like of what I'm thinking of. Standing in there as well is a member of the Porters Guild. Porters Guild uniform, whip on his belt, standing there. You the ones I'm supposed to take down?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, hop on.
Yeah, sure.
You guys all
Going for it.
Cormyr kind of just follows, starts. It's kind of like looking for
Where's
something.
my
He's looking for something, but he gets on the lift. It's just kind of looking.
He's more than a little distracted.
Tobias just laughs.
Tobias. All right, you guys get on the lift, and the ogre and the dragonborn just slowly start turning this wheel, and the lift slowly continues down. You guys descend into darkness, but the wood has several of these odd stones set into them, and so as you guys descend out of the light of the moon and basically just down into a dark crevice, these stones start to glow. And it doesn't give a whole lot of light, but it's enough to see what you're doing in what would otherwise be total blackness. The lift moves very slowly. Takes you guys a while. It is hundreds of feet down to the bottom.
I'll go ahead and re-up the disguise spell.
Okay.
Just... Is this one of those it gets its stuff at dawn kind of things, or...
Yeah, we'll say at dawn.
Okay, so
the
I
3
could
charges come
theoretically
back. Yeah.
use 3 charges now, and then at dawn it will get 3 more?
That's a good point, yes.
Okay.
That could theoretically work.
Okay.
You head all the way down to the bottom, and it opens out.
There are more ghouls.
Okay. You open down into just a large
out of nowhere.
Quay? I think it's K.
It's a key.
Q-U-A-Y?
Yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
yeah.
Oh, it's a key. It's
Yeah,
pronounced a
I
key.
always
Is it
say
really a key?
Mhm. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
It's
Learn
pronounced a
things
key.
every day. Onto a very large stone key, and you can, in just this vast underground chamber, and then there's a huge break in the cliff. So essentially, I'll draw this because I'm not describing it very well.
And look, you have so much space.
Look at all the space I have. Essentially, this is a
That's a
horrible
dead marker.
color. So the cliff basically does this, and then there's a massive cavern. And the city sits on top of this. So this is about 100 feet wide. So you guys are on the key right here. Actually, this goes further back. There's a large stone kind of bulwark built right here, but the entire cavern is filled with kind of a dull roaring noise. And you see way back here at the back of the cavern is a massive waterfall. So
Does this look familiar to
familiar?
Taliyah from a fishman cave perspective? Like maybe she's seen it from up higher? No? Okay.
Nope. You were basically.
you were close
I mean,
to
as
the waterfall.
far as you
Yeah.
know, you might have been like in this tiny little cliff cavern right here, right around the corner.
Yeah.
You're not sure where that was. But there's a dull roaring where there's a massive waterfall. Presumably, this is where the Drunak River, which runs into the city and then under, empties out into the inland sea. What else? There's another K on the other side. Key, sorry. With another lift system. There are a number of docks that crowd all of this. There are lots of ships in here. Only one of them is actually in the water. All of the rest are in dry dock, essentially. And those of you who have been down here before, you know when Celosvir showed up, the water level rose significantly. So the original docks were swamped and destroyed, and all of this has had to be rebuilt. You are led... I'm sorry, at this point, the watch kind of takes you to the dock that stretches out towards the only ship in the water. All right. Is that your ship?
Yep.
Should be.
All right.
Yep. Sure.
I think doesn't the spell disguise your voice?
I don't know. Does it?
All right. Go ahead and look
look.
that up, because otherwise I'm going to make you roll deception check.
It's okay. I got it on nap.
So you guys heading out towards the ship?
Yeah.
Okay.
Boat.
You head out towards it's not the biggest ship. It is certainly not a warship. It's fairly low, lowly built. I don't know ship things. 3 masts.
It's pretty big.
And
Like a
I'm sorry.
galleon?
There we go. On the prow. That's the front of the ship, right? I'm going to be doing research tomorrow morning.
I'll send you. I have the expanded sailing room rules. I'll send them to you.
I don't need sailing rules. I need sailing terminology.
it tells you all the
tells you
terminology.
all the different types of
perfect.
ships
Yeah.
and things about
Excellent. Do send me
Because somebody promised me a ship on the campaign, and then the party decided to go elsewhere. I wonder who that was.
Painted on the side, you see Charon. Charon.
Yeah, Oh, interesting. The ferryman
Holy shit.
of the
I
underworld.
couldn't resist.
Charon's he pulls people over the the river of memories that will.
That's why they
strip all
gotta
your
put
memories.
coins on your eyes so you can pay
Yep.
them for
Yeah.
passage across. Otherwise,
Yep.
you are
Yeah.
forever left.
You have to pay
Sure
passage to
resist.
Charon, the creepy boatman.
Anyway,
He'll
Couldn't
sail you
resist.
across the underworld.
too fitting. Don't drink the water.
The leave? Yeah, you'll.
No, not
you're-
drinking the water.
You're fine. It's not
No.
actually the river Styx.
It does not.
So the.
It does not disguise your voice.
It does not.
Perfect. I'm so glad you disguised yourself as a male.
Just I'm Poe. My voice got really deep.
I like
All of a sudden.
All right. So you guys are standing on the dock facing the Charon. Almanya.
Yeah.
Were you ducking out? It is 8.
Bye.
So, because we're now missing 3 of the party, I was going to mostly do Almanya's thing.
Yeah, that's great. I'm love it.
Jenny can
so.
sit here and sob and.
Yeah.
Okay, let me get my bards
All right.
again. All right.
So Devin, it's too bad that Cormyr was drunk because Taliyah really had this whole thing planned out with you. So
A whole
we'll just
speech.
have to get back to that later.
Yeah, you keep saying that. And then, weirdly,
Nothing.
it never
ever happens.
happens.
Yeah, because you're drunk and she keeps shouting at you and you just don't respond.
I think the great thing is he's probably planned this whole thing out where you can never say it because he's always drunk.
Or you know he's going to be in spring.
See you, Devin. Bye.
Bye.
Okay.
Jenny,
Yeah,
for combat purposes,
sure. I get to run somebody?
would you please be Sonya?
Ah, I would love to be Sonya.
My girl.
With smacking things.
Here we are. You are this one.
I'm this one?
Ha 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 ha.
My girl Sonya. I create tough girls.
So, Almanya.
Yeah.
You stand before this massive fortress that lies on the coast. Huge walls, heavy and thick, lie in ruins that keep a squat, broken, crumbling thing resting atop a tall hill. And in front of you, a thing of nightmares. A tree made of blades. Twisted... Yep.
Josh.
A tree made of blades, twisted, melted, and tied together in this macabre imitation of a living thing. Impaled upon it are 7 skeletons, picked clean, most of their bones just kind of scattered around at the base, cracked open, devoid of marrow. But the skulls, at least, all remain on this tree. Beyond the tree, beyond the walls, deep at the center of this lies that beacon. And it calls you. Never mind the darkness of its aura. At the center it is bright, and it sings of lice.
Sings of lice. Nice. I really
Damn
don't
it!
know
I was doing so well.
We're doing so good.
okay.
Sings of life, of home, and of purpose. What do you want to do?
Sonya stopped in front of me, right? Telling me I
Yes,
must go.
Sonya stopped in front of you, said, "You must not."
Can I reach out and grab her shoulders? Then help me!
And she scrunches up her face, and you can see. Give me an insight check.
That's not great.
not
That's a 5.
That's a 5.
It's a 5.
Okay, she is struggling, but she says nothing.
Sonia. I created you. I invented you for my story because you were exciting and interesting, and I knew that you would draw in people. You have to help me. I made you. I gave you life, and I think I was a good creator. I sang your song well. If I wasn't, you can tell me, but please help me. Help me, or I have to go. There is nothing else.
It knows. It will send more. Flee.
Can I run?
You can if you succeed on that wisdom saving throw.
I assume they just keep on getting harder and harder and harder as I go.
Yeah.
Suck, Josh. Suck.
I know.
That's a 15.
15. Okay. There's a variety of DCs.
Okay.
You turn to run, and suddenly you're in a stone room.
God, why is this happening? I thought teleportation didn't work.
Huge
know that's not
cyclopean
true.
masonry in an otherwise empty room, and there are a variety of passages. There are 3 that lead out of this room. Sonia stands next to you, and as you look around for the beacon, and you don't see it.
Oh, thank God. Am I safe here? Here.
You look at her. She's looking down.
Okay.
You look down, and underneath you, deep below, is the beacon.
God damn it. Or fallen gods, damn it. Okay. I point at the paths. Which one?
Shouldn't be here.
Great! I'm trying really hard to not be
Dangerous.
here. Where do I go then?
She doesn't know.
God, I hate being the leader. It was my own creation.
There is a passageway in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
A passageway to your left. A passageway to your right.
Is there anything different about them?
You mean that distinguishes one from the other?
Yeah, any
Okay.
markings, any
No.
color, anything. Can I sing a few notes?
You may.
Because the last time I was in a tunnel, I wrote a few notes on the wall.
I remember that.
Yeah, to let people
And
know where I
everybody's
was.
like, yeah, notes on the wall.
Yeah.
Almanya was here.
Almanya's here.
Cool. You want to sing a couple of notes?
Yeah.
Okay. You do. And they are badly muted.
It's a bard without their music. Okay. Well, might as well stick to a wall if we're going to keep walking. I'll take the one to my right.
Take the one to your right. Okay. It leads. There's a low, not a low passage. Actually, hang on. I have to remember who built this. The hallways
You built it.
are a good 20 feet wide.
Okay.
The ceiling's 20, 30 feet up. So you walk down this massive gallery. It's almost an art gallery, except there's, no art. But the walls, you look at the walls and you think, this would be awesome, right? Just portrait.
The creative bard in me is just like, yes. Like Almanya walks through going, I want this. I want this whole place. It'd be great.
I would put Samfelheim there.
And Morthus there. And me right in between them.
I'm so glad that Devin and Maddie are not here, because they would not let that one go.
I know.
No,
I know
they would not.
I forgot what I was saying. Okay, so you're walking down this hallway, and you can see the residue of things used to hang on the walls, the tatters of curtains high up, just what's left of them. And you continue down this hallway, and then suddenly you are in open air, and you are walking battlements. And it looks like you're on the top tier of this entire fortress. And you can see down there are 2, 3, 4 levels of this city, each with its own massive wall, each one higher up this cliff. You've never had to invade a place, but you imagine that this place would be damn near impossible to take by force. And it looks like it was built specifically against that. And as you walk along the wall, you can gaze out and you see blasted wasteland for 3/4 of the horizon. And then over there, it looks like this rests on the coast. And there's ocean, and you can see towers that rise out of the bay of just kind of ruined, broken stone docks.
What's to the west?
To the west is the bay.
Right. Is there
with the towers?
is there any beacon? Is there any call from the west or from the south?
Nothing from the west, from where you are now.
Okay.
As you turn and look, you can still see the beacon of Free.
Okay.
Its call is lessened. It no longer calls to you.
Damn it, Free.
But you can still see the horizon dotted with the same number, right? You've traveled thousands of miles from Onishur.
Mm-hmm.
Those beacons that you were traveling directly away from are just as large, just as bright. So you can see a variety of them, and they're basically everywhere except to the west and the north. Actually, they're basically all south, because you're super far north. But it's a good spread to the south, and all of them call to you.
I'm going to look at Sonya and say, can I go to any of those?
All lie.
And the one that I was at before, the one I couldn't go to, doesn't lie.
Don't know.
Are they gods? Are they planes? Are they places? What are they?
Just roll a straight will check for me.
Will.
Wisdom. Or charisma. Because charisma is partially, right, enforcing your will.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll give you charisma.
17?
17. Her eyes, which had lost their color again, right, you see a glimmer of blue. Those who would take, twist, bend. We stand against them. She seems to be almost remembering something as she says that.
So they're all something evil that's coming and trying to warp this world?
We stand against them.
Okay. Why do they want me?
She looks at you with kind of a helpless look in her eye.
I know, I'm trying.
She doesn't seem to be able to articulate.
Is there anybody else here that can help us?
Others. We stand against them. And she has kind of a realization. They killed the Dark Father.
Who's the Dark Father?
My lord the king is dead. His domain lies open. We stand the gate. She whispers that a couple of times, almost like a mantra.
My lord the king is dead. We stand the gate.
They killed the Dark Father. My lord the king is dead. His domain is open. Oh, I'm sorry. And an imposter is in his place.
Mm-hmm. The domain is open?
His domain lies open, and an imposter is in his place. But it runs through a cycle. So one of the cycles is they killed the Dark Father, my lord the king is dead, his domain is open, an imposter is in his place.
Mm-hmm.
The other variation is they've killed the Dark Father, his domain lies open, but we stand the gate. And every third repetition of that, she ends with, those of us who remain. And as she repeats this, her eyes gain more color. And you can start to see colors on her shield.
Keep going.
The mountain...
Keep going.
Keep saying that.
Keep saying it. I'm really feeling it in my soul.
So the mountain, right, remains black, but the rays behind it, you can swear, right, there's a yellow gold quality to it. Her eyes are brighter. There's definite color in them.
Keep going. I will sing your song for all eternity. Keep going.
She does that for a while, and then abruptly stops.
Who remains?
Others.
Others remain. Us who remain. Who else remains?
And the light fades a little bit.
Come on.
Don't remember.
Okay, but that means that there are others.
Her head suddenly whips around towards the kind of the keep that's behind you guys on the top of this mountain outcropping. More.
Okay.
Flee.
3?
Flee.
Oh, flee! Okay! I'll run!
Okay, you book it down the wall. There's another gallery.
Monk style.
Go ahead. Where are you trying to go?
South.
South.
Back
okay.
to Vreem. I know it's not calling to me, but at least there it seemed semi...
And you're trying to will yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just to go, nope, and...
Yeah. Roll a charisma check.
Okay.
I'll just use the same DC. Actually, no, that's contested.
14.
You succeed.
Yes! That was the face of either I totally killed her in one shot, or I failed and I'm angry.
That was the face of super powerful being doesn't want you to leave.
But you do.
One.
Super powerful being rolled a 1. Not using that dice anymore. Anywho. You manage, you start to flee, and you hear in your mind,
Not me, not powerful, leaving.
there is a place for you.
I'm pretty sure it's not with you.
And you go, nope. And you manage to appear back in that massive pit that you saw. It stretches all the way to the left and the right as far as you can see. And then when you look down, the walls are just sheer. It goes into blackness. This, is the scar.
Yeah.
It just,
Next to the demon ruin.
this gouge in the earth, hundreds of miles long. I think it's actually almost 1,000 miles long, and it's maybe 100 miles wide.
Mm-hmm.
Just this huge rent. And you find yourself in ruins.
Oh, the Deepening Ruins. I wrote a song about that.
You did.
I did.
Yeah. Go ahead and, roll me a history check.
Okay. Since I wrote a song about it, can I have...
No, because you didn't make up the Deeping Ruins. So
right, but I made up something.
We're seeing what you actually know about the Deeping Ruins. You've heard about it. You know there were big events here.
12.
12? Okay. This might be the Deeping Ruins.
Okay.
Just a ruined, corrupted city. Not city, but fort on the edge of the scar. And you stop. Sonya's right next to you. Sonya is still facing north. And she then starts to kind of scan. Not safe. And you see right behind her 2 forms just burst out of this darkened archway. So, I need you both to roll initiative.
Natural 20!
Alrighty.
Ooh. Initiative is somewhere. Where's that? 18. Is she at full, Josh?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. I'm not going to draw a map because you can basically will yourself where you want
Where we
to go.
wanna go.
So,
Fair.
good. They need to roll initiative. I missed the tray. That's cocked. And that's a 2. What'd you roll?
18.
18?
Natural 20.
Yeah, you guys are going to go first.
Great.
All right. So you see these 2 shades like yourselves, only they have these long tentacles that
Ew.
just extend down from their face in these huge bulbous heads.
Those mind flayers?
They just reach towards you guys, and you guys can go in whatever order you want.
I'm gonna cast Shatter.
Okay.
I don't know if I can cast magic, but I haven't tried yet.
Yeah. All of your... This doesn't change for you at all. All of your spellcasting will be charisma-based.
Lit!
You're a bard, so,
I'm a bard.
so
Everything's
it already does that.
charisma-based.
Okay.
Great. I'm gonna cast Shatter.
You cast Shatter. They're right next to each other. It's a con save.
I believe
so.
Let me check.
It's a 1. Oh! Does an 11 pass?
No.
Alrighty then. So they both take full damage. It's 3d8, I think?
Yep.
3d8.
3d8.
You do need some D8s?
Nah, I'm good.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, though. 14 thunder damage.
14.
I don't know if the damage changes if I'm in this, but I'm not sure. Positive. Anyway, how are they looking? Nasty? Mean?
So basically they both just discorporate, and then the mist slowly filters back in, and they're still writhing towards you. And there are not missing, but like misty chunks where they are less defined. But they still look as healthy as an undead spirit can be.
Great. I'm going to use my bonus action to use my breath weapon on them.
Ooh. Okay. This will not be constitution based. This will also be charisma based,
Okay.
which is actually better for you.
That is true.
Don't they? I think they just make a dex save.
They
Bards actually
Make the best
make
ghost.
pretty good ghosts.
Hell yeah for bards.
Oh no.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
So
Right
they
in
make
these
a
little bards.
you're lightning. So they make it's 5 feet wide, and they're right next to
30
each other.
feet
So
long.
yeah, they
Dex save.
no, it's 30 feet long, 5 feet wide.
Yeah.
So both make a dex save. It's cocked. 3 natural ones in a row.
Put that baby in jail.
No. Use it.
No, we're gonna keep using this one. It rolled a 17. So one of them fails horribly.
Okay.
The other one rolls a dirty 20.
Yeah. That's
Sturdy
Good.
20.
a sturdy 20.
Sturdy 20.
Sturdy 20. That's not good. One of them takes 3 damage.
Oh,
One of them takes 1 damage. Like,
okay. Not awesome.
could have been better.
Okay,
Cool.
this passes through them. Oh, and it's lightning?
Yeah.
They both take 1 damage.
All right, I did what I could, but I know lightning.
One of them takes half damage, but there's no half damage.
Yeah.
So, okay. You're
All right,
up.
Sonia,
I
Sonya.
will. Yeah, I'll
Daughter-
make my
Chancellor's daughter.
Chancellor's daughter, renegade of honor.
Renegade.
my 3 attacks, right?
Yeah.
Get 2 with the longsword and then the martial fury.
So you've got multi-attack, and then
Multi-attack
and then bonus action, you can make your 3rd attack. Go for it.
Sweet. That one's cocked.
That is a d20.
No, it wasn't cocked.
No, it was
actually.
fine.
So these 2 are so funny. They always roll together. Hang on. Those are 2 dirty 20s,
Okay.
and the martial fury is also with your sword attack?
Yes.
Okay. So that one would be a 15.
Okay. Yeah, all 3 hit.
All 3 hits.
So that should be 3d8 plus 3 times your strength plus a d10, I think, because the martial thing gives you an additional d10.
It gives you additional 2d8.
I thought it was a 1d10.
No.
Oh,
it's,
okay, cool.
So,
Even
hang
better.
on.
Oh yeah,
So
2d8.
do you need more d8s or you
No, it's okay.
It's necrotic, so I'll need you to
Do it separately?
Keep the
Okay.
necrotic separate.
10, 18, 18 and 12 is something, 30. So that's 30 from the slashing damage.
Okay. One of them immediately discorporates.
Hell yeah.
And
You slash it through twice, and just spectral tentacles go flying and not gray matter. What's it called? Ectoplasm.
Ectoplasm.
Just kind of goes scattering off and then just evaporates. The other one takes how much necrotic damage?
15.
15 halved. 7. Okay. The other one remains, and it's coming straight for Sonya.
Of course.
And is going to make a withering touch attack.
Okay.
Of we shrug like.
Bastard. 21 to hit.
I do believe that hits
22.
her armor class.
22, okay.
22, yeah.
So you take 9, 10, 12. Really? You take 12. 15 points of necrotic damage,
Which
halved
is half
to 7.
to 7, okay.
And so it runs up, it gouges out some of your essence, and just wolfs it down, and then vanishes.
Vanishes.
Yep.
Well, that's not playing fair.
Rude.
What do you guys want to do?
Where is safe? If
Did
this
it-
is not safe, where is safe?
Did it move away from me, or did it just like turn
It's
invisible? Okay, like attack for opportunity sake like that.
You want to swing at the air where it was?
No.
Okay.
Yes.
Roll an attack. Disadvantage.
20.
There's nothing there.
Where is safe? If this is not safe, I'm going to keep on running to places that are not
Sorry.
safe.
I'm actually role-playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just doing the comment.
Yeah.
I was like, why are you looking at me? Oh, right. Shit.
I'm not role playing that. Not if you've done such a great job.
Can't remember.
God, I don't know. Keep saying your chant over and over again. You were remembering stuff then. Keep talking.
Not here.
My lord, the king is dead, but we stand the gate. They killed the Dark King.
Her head snaps north.
No! I know more! Where is safe? Where do these goddamn spirits go to be safe? They said that spirits are just wandering around the streets. How do they get there? How am I here? What is the frick is going on? Okay. Where can I think of that's safe? Is my house safe? Can I get to Onisher?
4 more spirits. These more like the ones that came to attack you the first time, not the ones that seem local here, suddenly kind of float down from the sky at you guys. New initiative.
Yeah, okay. Oh, that's balls. Do I get advantage on
21.
that? I'm raging. Do I
Is
get
that a 1,
advantage?
Josh? Did you get to 1? A 2!
Okay.
Please roll a 1. You want to roll this dice?
No, I already rolled.
Oh, what'd you get? A
I
1?
got a 2, no, I rolled a 5, and plus 2 is 7.
Okay, I'm writing down that you rolled a 1. You guys go first! What you want to do? There's 4 of them.
Are they all kind of clustered together, or are they all spread out?
These, there's probably about 5 feet in between each one.
Okay.
Question, does this... No, since we rolled new initiative, this doesn't count as the same combat?
Different combat.
Okay, so for the purposes of the call to honor thing, that doesn't work.
You haven't used Call to Honor.
I know, that's what I'm saying, is because you have to have taken damage during the current combat.
Oh, no, it does not
Okay.
apply.
That's fine.
Since we can't gain hit points back, how does Mantle of Inspiration work? Can I give temporary hit points?
I don't know.
That's
You're
very
God, you're
unhelpful.
supposed to know these things.
Well, it's a bonus action, so I'm going
What
to...
I mean to say is that Josh is deciding right now, but that Almanya doesn't know.
Okay, because Josh doesn't know either. Great, I'm going to...
No, I mean, even if Josh knew right off the top of his head, Almanya definitely would not know because she's never been a
Dead
spirit
before.
and tried to use her Mantle of Inspiration.
Awesome. I'm going to stab at one with my sword.
You stab at it with your sword, roll an attack.
Mm.
Sorry, I thought there was more coming after
Oh,
that.
that's okay. 14?
14 does hit.
Good.
You lunge forward with your rapier.
That is a solid 8.
8. All right.
plus something?
Oh, yeah, actually plus... Yeah, that's actually going to be +4? +2, sorry. 10.
This is not the +1.
Oh, wait, yeah, you're right.
Because you
That's my
said you're a
rapier.
rapier.
Yeah, so it's an 8.
An 8, okay.
8 damage. I'm going to use my bonus action to use one of my hit dice, which aren't kind of useful to me, to try and go Mantle of Inspiration and give myself an otherworldly look and give myself and Sonya 5 temporary hit points.
You're using a hit die?
Yeah, that's what you
uses
do.
a hit die?
I'm pretty... Oh, wait, no, sorry, it uses my inspiration.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
Oh,
I'm going
okay.
to...
Use it when you're burning.
Yeah, I'm using one of my inspirations.
That's a cool idea.
I mean, that'd be pretty sweet.
yeah.
Yeah.
If you run out of inspiration, try it.
Yeah, okay.
So you're going to use an inspiration
Yeah.
die? Okay. To cast Mantle of Inspiration. So, temporary hit points.
5 temporary hit points. And they can immediately use their reaction to basically move up to their up to their speed.
Okay.
Like at any moment, basically. So
Okay.
I mean, for their reaction now. So yeah, without causing any attacks on.
You have 5 temporary hit points, both of you.
Sweet.
Yes.
You, again, stick it in, and again, because sticking a rapier into an incorporeal being is just deeply unsatisfying, so you give it a good, like, stirring around, and it seems to do something to the specter. Meanwhile, you summon your will, and what does this look like?
Oh, I go like, I think last time it was like the feathers kind of get longer and more like out, and there's almost like kind of these glowing wings, and kind of it just kind of energy just kind of swirling around. I want to look very Fae-like because I was taught by a Fae.
Okay.
And so I want to have that kind of aspect of I just walked out of the Feywild and fuck you.
Okay.
Kind of is how I want to look.
All right.
So
Sonya, standing there ready, suddenly looks at you, and the blue in her eyes just kind of shines forth. You've never seen them this bright. She is suffused with full color, and you can see that the color is shining off of her shield, and the specter is kind of back from the light that's reflecting off of it from you. Yes. What else is she carrying? Her breastplate is now this shining silver color. You can see her olive green skin very clearly. Apparently the actual color of her hair is white, so kind of her mohawk that runs all the way down remains the same color, but it seems suffused almost with a light, as if you just turned the bloom effect to maximum.
Yeah.
And
is it her turn?
It's her turn.
Hell
Sweet.
Yeah, go girl.
Yeah, same story, different day. Or same day, whatever. 3 attacks.
What?
I don't know, I'm tired. 3 attacks, right?
Yep.
Okay. 14, 16, and a 18.
Yeah, all those hit.
Sweet. Get another 8 somewhere. There we go. So the slashing unit's not very good. Math. Plus 8 is 17. 14 and 17.
Remember to like and subscribe. Is like a thing on Twitch?
No, it's
I don't think
follow.
it is.
You can follow.
Remember to follow and subscribe.
Good job, Josh.
Yeah.
Well,
We
good
do
math.
we
That's
do
great.
interesting maths here.
Yes.
31 from the
31?
slashing.
Well, okay.
And
you
then
know.
the necrotic is an additional 7 points reduced to whatever.
Reduced to 7? What'd you say?
No, it is 7.
7
reduced to whatever.
3.
Yeah.
Okay. Sonya, with speed and energy that you have not seen in her before, raises the shield, runs forward, and just cuts through 2 of them, shouting, "The immortal king shall not rise!" And
Nice.
2 of the specters just dissipate. Give me a history check.
Me?
Yep.
Okay, hold on. Let me just write down shall not rise. Capital N-O-T, rise.
Actually, don't roll a history check, because the song that you sang that had
I-
Sonya in it was actually... So, the immortal king one of the very first liches. Rumor is that he was the first. Nobody remembers his actual name. He was some kind of powerful wizard during the Mage Wars, and then liches started popping up after all the wizards finished blasting the shit out of each other. Stories say he was the first. Nobody remembers his actual name. But he came back over and over and over again. The majority of the Lich Wars were fought against the Immortal King. The song you sang about Sonya was about the first rise of the Immortal King.
So when she says the Immortal King shall not rise, so in the original story that I wrote, had the Immortal King already risen at that point? Like, was he already there?
Yes, she fell in the first war against the Immortal King.
Interesting. I'm going to yell across to her, is that who's coming?
She is suffused with your inspirational light and going nuts on some specters, so she's not really paying attention. It's now the specters' turns.
Okay. Whack, 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 whack.
Both of which are going to make life drain attacks against you.
Sure.
Because that's not very nice.
Oh, it was almost a natural 20. But not. 14?
Nope.
And 13.
Nope.
Okay. They reach out and try to just gouge your essence, right? Scraping it from your shield, but the light shining off of it just repulses them and their nails scratch against it and do nothing. Jell's turn.
Great, I'm going to stab another one.
Roll an attack.
That is a dirty 20.
Dirty 20 will hit.
Hell yeah.
All right. You jam your rapier in, this time into its face, and you give it a good swirl.
5 points of damage.
This is the best way for a bard to fight a spirit. Just... What was the damage?
5.
5. Okay.
Vicious mockery while you're at it.
Yeah.
That would just be the best.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Tasha's
You do that,
hideous
you give it a good
laughter.
swirl.
Okay.
Squirrel.
That's a good squirrel.
How'd that get in here?
Okay.
It's a face squirrel. We don't ask questions how the face squirrel arrived. They just do.
Did you do anything with your bonus action?
No, I think
Okay.
I've
All right.
used most of them.
All right, Sonya.
It's right here.
Roll it in the tray.
It's right there. There you go.
That's fine. 17, 25, and a 19.
Yeah, roll your damage on that one.
Sweet. Ugh. 16, 24, and hang on. Oh, I'm sorry. That's not. 24, 12, 36, and then the
36.
necrotic is 6.
Well, okay. Yeah. Still roaring, she cuts through another specter and it just dissipates. The last specter is still standing as Sonya finishes her salvo against it. And then her head snaps up back to the north. We will need more.
We will need more. Where is the more? Who is the more? Where is safe? While you can still remember, I grab her face. While you can still remember, who is the more and where are we going?
You called me.
Yes, I did.
You can call the rest.
Excellent. Who am I calling?
Catherine Cattermore.
Nice.
Talon fam. They are needed.
Yes. Okay.
Sing their stories and summon them to you.
I will, and I do. Catherine Cattermore, the Tigress of the West who fought in the Gnome Wars. And Talonfam, he was in Worcestershire. He was the one who rescued people in Worcestershire.
You recognize the names from 2 other people that you just made up.
Yeah. I made up the Tigress of the West. I made up Talonfam.
Yep.
As kind of a... Talonfam was from stories that I had built around the stories that we had heard from people who came from Worcestershire on the boats.
2 more gray figures appear.
Friends!
These ones, while Sonya remains, right, bright, shining blue eyes. You've never seen blue eyes in a half-orc.
Yeah.
Just suffused with color and radiating this light that you're projecting. The two that appear are just gray. And so one of them, Catherine, is this slight, lithe build, half-elf features, cropped, straight hair, wearing wizard robes, carrying material components. And Talonfam is a dragonborn.
Stories about wizards.
Yes.
Is a dragonborn. You can't tell the color of his scales, but he has this bony ridge straight down the center. And he has a sword and buckler, and is wearing a badge that has this hand that comes down out of the clouds and crushes a mountain mountain time. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Okay. And they slowly manifest near you. Meanwhile, it's... No, you just went.
Yep.
It is the remaining Spectre's turn, who's going to try and take a chunky out of you and get the hell out of there. Does a dirty 20 hit?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Where's the wreath? Sorry, wrong page. I thought I had all of my notes organized in an easily accessible manner, and it's just like, nope, all should be in the same file.
I've got Catherine, Talonfam. I'm missing.
I'm sorry, this is still
Hiss up the Diamond Queen.
This is still just the Spectre.
I love that I'm like building a party of people I have invented. This is so cool.
In case you ever wondered what happened to the souls of the dead, well, they get taken up by one thing or another. Eventually.
And for me, it's I gotta build a party of all of my inventions.
12 points of damage.
So
that is necrotic. That is purely necrotic, so it's halved to 6.
So I only take 1 point then because I had 5 temp points.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're out of temporary hit points.
Okay.
The
but
glow.
I have taken damage this turn.
Yes.
Or this combat.
And it grabs it and vanishes. So it takes not a lot. It takes it out, but you know that you cannot get these back. Yeah. These do not return unless you can kill the thing that took it.
Permanently
and
down 8 at this point.
Eat it.
Yeah.
Yes, you are permanently down 8. Okay. As oh, good. That one vanishes, and you guys are standing there. Sonya is looking north. More come.
Great. We're safe. You said not here. We're safe.
Oh, I'm sorry. She's lucid now.
Yeah. Where is safe?
There is nowhere.
Great. That's super great to know. Okay. Where is safer?
Welcome to the afterlife.
Thanks. I've been waiting for someone to say something like that to me.
Run. You hide. You consume.
Okay. Where can I hide? Where is hiding?
You command.
Oh, God! I don't know the afterlife, Sonya! God damn it. Okay. Onisher. Let's go to Onisher. At least I sort of know random things in Onisher, and my family's there, and maybe I can hide in my bedroom. Let's go.
You try to will yourself to Onisher.
Yes.
Roll me a wisdom saving throw as that
bedroom.
beacon to the north tries to grab you once again.
18.
Okay. Once again, that heavy whispering appears in the back of your mind, but before you can actually make out any words, you go, nope. And suddenly, you are back
In my bedroom?
in the place where you were killed.
Oh, shit. Fuck. Okay.
Blood,
Sorry.
blood on the floor. Numerous sets of boots have trampled through it.
So, guys, I died here. Not fun, but...
The rest did not follow you. So you're standing there. And there's movement off to the left, and you just about jump out of your ectoplasm, and a ghoul is just kind of rising out of a hole in the floor.
Ah, fuck.
What do you do?
I'm gonna bolt, because it's taking its time.
Okay.
I'm not like willing myself to, like, another city, but, like...
You turn and book it out of there, and you kind of run around the corner and you wait. And you don't hear anything. It doesn't seem to have pursued you. You peer around the corner, and it's just standing in the doorway, and it just kind of looks down both sides of the street, and then just quickly skitters across the street into an alley on the other side. Doesn't seem to have taken any notice of you at all.
Well, that's terrifying. Am I currently in an alleyway?
Yeah, you're just in an
Can
alleyway.
I just kind of look around, like, what's it running from?
And you realize, hold on, I ran out of the doorway and around the corner. I could have just run through the wall. But you were in the grip of panic.
Yeah.
You want to go back in?
Can I poke my head in? Can I stick
Like
my
through
head
the wall?
through the wall? And
Yeah,
then back
you
up?
just kind of
just a little bit.
stick your head in the wall.
See if there's anything inside.
There's another ghoul crawling out of the floor
Okay.
that takes no notice of you.
Also,
Just kind of
skitters out.
Walks over to the corner. This one just kind of starts rummaging through some just crap in the corner and manages to find a bone and then just sits there and just digs its fingernails in and cracks it open and you can just hear it slurping out the marrow.
Ew.
It takes no notice of you whatsoever.
Okay. Ugh. Okay. Just kind of pull my head back out and look kind of around the street just a little bit.
Suddenly there are 3 figures around you. It's Sonya.
God,
Talon fam. Your how long does your inspiring radiance last? Your mantle of radiance, your mantle of inspiration.
My mantle
that
of-
thing.
I
Got
actually-
it. 3rd time's the charm.
Let me check really quick.
Yeah, how long does that last?
Mantle of Inspiration for... Oh, sorry, that's Mantle of Majesty. Hold on. It doesn't say. It just... It
Doesn't say for the duration or anything like that?
No. I just choose a number of creatures. I gain a wondrous appearance, and then, like, I pick the people around me, and they gain 5 temporary hit points, and then they just last as long as they go.
All of the effects are instantaneous, though.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
so your mantle of radiance has faded
Yeah,
at
I'm not
this point.
quite as fab.
Sonya, whilst she still has color, but it's dulled quite a bit, and the other 2 are still kind of listless and gray, and they have the same kind of confused look on their face as Sonya did when you first saw
I'm
her.
gonna pat Catherine. Okay, Catherine. Like, see if I can...
She
Okay.
stares above your head.
I invented you. Remember? I wrote you. I wrote you into a song. You were a great warrior. They called you the Tigress of the West. You are powerful. And you were tough. And you were amazing. And you fought. And you were in the Gnomish Wars. And there was so much.
Creating.
I did. I created how...
No.
Yes. I invented you.
You sang.
I did. I sang you into existence.
I came.
Yes. I sang you into existence.
I am real.
You are real. Because I created you.
Roll a will check.
Okay.
Or no,
Using your
I've been
charisma?
having you do persuasion for this one.
Persuasion?
So same roll, but add
Okay.
your persuasion modifier.
Well, it was a natural one. But my
Okay.
persuasion is 7.
Doesn't seem to be able to say much beyond that.
Okay. Talon fam. Come on, buddy.
Come on, guys!
Come on, guys.
You
hold
can
it together.
do
Sonya, I know you're fading. Come on. Hold it together. We're fighting. Talon fam. You were in Worcestershire. And you
Beacon to the
saved-
north tugs at your will again.
Nope.
Roll a wisdom saving throw.
Fuck you, Beacon. I'm talking
Wisdom
now.
saving throw.
God. Okay, that's a 16.
16?
Yeah.
Okay, you're smacking Talon Fam in the face. You're like, come on, dude, come on, West. And then he's gone.
Fuck.
And you find yourself standing on a wall, and you recognize
The beacon.
the fallen city.
Can you not today?
You are on the outer curtain wall.
Okay.
Right. So last time you were looking at at the 4th level up.
Yeah.
You're now at the bottom level.
Okay.
And you can see ruined buildings, remnants of an ancient city. Below you, within the city, and you turn and look, and it's just the wastelands.
Okay, if you're a lich, then fuck you. If you're trying to get me to go with you to some goddamn afterlife where I'm gonna become one of those things, also fuck you. Leave me the god.
In my ranks
I don't think I'm a bad follower, okay?
for your soul.
No, my soul is very bright.
Come and be safe.
No.
2 figures rise on either side of you. And as they kind of hang on, what do these ones look like? Sorry. These look different. These look significantly larger, nastier than. Are you pigeoning?
No, she's asking me spelling.
Oh, spelling.
For the
That's fine.
producer.
Okay. Yeah. These ones are just these dark hooded shapes. Think ring wraiths.
Okay,
but
okay.
Incorporeal. And they just have
Dementors,
these
ring wraiths.
long claws. Yeah, these guys don't have any actual weapons. And as they kind of raise their claws, Sonia, Talonfam, and Catherine just kind of appear there.
God!
Do you have a Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes?
I do not. Not
You
on
don't?
me,
Okay.
unfortunately. And I always
I
seem
can
to
just
leave
take a
Mordenkainen's.
picture of this stat block.
If you want to take a picture of the lesser ones.
The warrior one?
Yep.
Okay.
So you are Almanya, and do you want to also run Catherine or
Yeah.
Talonfam?
I can take either. I'll take Catherine.
Okay. So you've got Catherine.
Okay.
You are what she's about to send you.
Okay.
That's Catherine. So you are Sonia and Talonfam, and he's the lesser one.
Okay.
All right. Roll initiative for each of those people.
Hold on, I'm about to send you his stuff, but for now it's a +1 to initiative. Here.
Okay.
Do wraiths have dexterity?
That is an excellent question.
They do. Oh. All right.
Okay.
Sorry, it's loading. Here we go.
Almanya is a 9. Catherine is a 12.
Oh, wait, I rolled a natural 1. You're welcome.
Dear.
And, I don't care which one that is. Wait, should I call it? I don't know who's who.
Then reroll.
Okay.
Each one specifically. So we'll do
Catherine.
Sonia's. Okay.
That's a 16.
No, she's Catherine. That's
Oh.
Talonfam is a 16.
Talonfam, okay. And, there we go. There's the other natural one for
Oh dear.
For Sonia?
Sonia.
This
Yeah.
one's not good. Okay. Wraith rolled 22.
Okay.
That's really funny because those were the exact same rolls that I got the first time.
Oh dear. And one of them is going to make its attack against Sonia.
Okay. That's fair. She's big and scary.
17 to hit.
No.
Okay. Slashes through, but there is still light in her shield, and she manages to deflect the blow. Second one is going to make an attack against you.
Which one, Catherine or Almanya?
Oh, I'm sorry, Almanya.
Okay.
You're the one they're after.
Yeah.
It rolled a natural 1.
It did roll a natural.
Hell yes.
Talonfam, what you got?
I will make 2 weapon attack, 2 longsword attacks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Roll your attacks.
Okay.
Do these deal necrotic damage, or is it just considered... Is it double 20s?
No, just 120.
Okay,
but
cool.
still.
Yeah, roll the damage
Oh,
for that
yeah.
one. So it should be just...
Yeah, it's just the standard. So, here's the question, though, because maybe I've been doing this wrong. If you're wielding it two-handed, do you still get to make the extra attack?
Two-handed, yeah. It just makes it a d10 damage instead of a d8.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, 2 hands.
Okay, that means
Oh,
for the
yeah.
next round, he will not have the benefit of a shield. So at the beginning of his next turn, you
gotcha.
can choose to take out a shield again and have the +2. Wait, do they have a shield?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So at the beginning of your next turn, you can choose to take out the shield
No,
again.
he'll just do the one
D8s?
hand. Yeah, the D8s.
Okay.
So, let's see. Those are just slashing, no necrotic.
Okay.
Oh, and the other one was a 13. So
To
there
hit?
was 2 attacks.
Uh,
One was a
13
natural 20, one was a 13.
13 just hits.
Okay, sweet. So both hit, so there's the 10 plus 8, 18 points of slashing damage.
Does that include the crit?
Oh, no, that does not include the
Okay,
crit.
so it's an 8. What's your strength modifier?
4,
4. So it's 12 plus whatever you just rolled.
which was 18.
Did you add the strength to the 18?
Yeah, I did.
Oh,
So-
okay. So it's 8 plus 18, so 26?
Yep.
Okay. 26 points of damage. Whoo-wee!
I'm a really terrible spirit. I just don't do what I'm told. I love it.
Okay. You do that. Talonfam.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have time to skin them. That came out wrong.
Yeah, wow, what the hell?
Okay.
I didn't have time to reskin. So, I'm sorry, Talonfam uses a sword anyway. Okay, so Talonfam slashes through the wraith, and it tears across some of it, but the rest of it doesn't react like the specters you've seen earlier. These two are clearly, beefier is the wrong word to use for a spirit, but their will is significantly stronger.
Okay.
If I
Yeah.
cast Zone of Truth on a ghost, will have to tell me its entire life story.
Try it.
Oh, that'd be
Dare you.
fun.
Catherine's
That
up.
sounds like so
Okay,
much fun.
Catherine.
Catherine is wielding magic.
Oh, interesting. But I have Catherine as one of the sword wraith warriors. So
yes.
what spells do I have?
We will treat her. I mean, her. She's gonna have the same stat block.
Okay, that's
So
fine.
we'll roll the damage for whatever she has,
Mm-hmm.
but the flavor is magic.
Huh. So can I just get some spells then? Do you mind?
No. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna roll. If she attacks, you're gonna roll
Oh.
damage with the sword.
Oh, okay. It's just magical in essence.
But I'm going to describe it as if she threw magic at it, or you can describe it as she throws stuff.
Okay. Awesome. All right. Okay, sounds good. Awesome. She's going to do an attack then,
Go for it.
or a couple attacks. I guess I can do 2.
Yeah, you get to
Awesome. Great. I'm gonna
roll
do
your attacks.
2 then. That's an 18 to hit and a 17 to hit.
Yeah, those hit.
Nice.
Is she attacking the same one
Yes.
that Talonfam attacks?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Hey, I
13
hear there's
damage.
a giveaway about to happen soon, so keep subscribing.
That's 13.
Really? Can I win
Yeah.
it?
No.
13?
13 damage.
Okay.
Magical, I guess.
Yeah. All right, what does it look
halfway
like when she
there.
chucks magic at it?
I want it to be blue and shimmery and sparkly.
Okay, no color to it.
Oh.
I want it to be
She's still
gray,
gray.
but shimmery and sparkly.
But what does it look like? Like, what is she throwing at it?
Oh, I want it to be like giant orbs that look like they should be light, but obviously it's a little hard in the grayscale.
Yeah.
But these are like giant orbs of light that are just going to be
Okay,
on the
she
darkness.
fires 2 orbs out of her hand that just slam into the wraith and leave kind of like these cannonball-sized holes
Hell yeah.
in it that slowly reform, but a significant amount of the essence of this wraith has been depleted.
Nice.
Almanya.
All right, Almanya is going to. Are these guys both standing next to each other?
No, they're one
On
of them.
opposite sides?
So it kind of goes. So you're standing on a wall.
Uh-huh.
Kind of goes Almanya, wraith, and then Talonfam, wraith, cat, and
Sonya.
Sonya is over here because that one attacked her.
Okay, awesome. All right, I am going to. I'm going to use Thunderclap, I think. Let me check real quick before I do that, though.
Okay. While she's doing that, Sonya, what are you doing?
Can I move so that I'm flanking with Talonfam? Is that possible?
Yes, flanking is not really going to work on this.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I'll just take my 3 attacks.
Okay, you take your 3 attacks.
Natural 20.
That's going to be bad.
A 15 and a mod 20.
Yeah, those are going to hit.
Okay.
This was not doing awesome.
I will give you the like usual, right? Let me find another D8 because this is getting.
I would turn to the next player and say, okay, while she's calculating that, what are you doing?
Oh, no,
I don't have any others.
I've decided I'm going to use Dissonant Whispers.
Okay, this is the one that they have to make a wisdom save or they run away?
Yes, but I guess it's a charisma save now. No, wait, it is a wisdom save. I just use my charisma modifier.
Yes.
Yeah.
Her Wraith. 14!
Barely, yeah. It's barely safe. So
Okay.
but it's still going to
23 slashing
take some.
20 slashing, okay.
and 11 necrotic, reduced to
Okay.
5. Oh wait, no, I didn't do the 20. Add 8 to the.
It dies.
Okay.
It's
Nice.
okay.
Don't worry, it's dead.
Once again, Sonya just obliterates this wraith, and just the pieces of it float away, almost like pieces of paper in a fire that kind of burn up as they float away. It's like that, and they vanish.
That one's going to take 11 halved, so 5 points of damage.
You were attacking the same one, right?
No, I was attacking the other one because we're on the opposite side.
Okay. So you're attacking the one right in front of you.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It takes how much damage?
It takes 11 halved, so 5.
What kind of damage was it?
Psychic.
It's psychic. Why is it half? Oh, because it succeeded.
Because it succeeded it.
So it takes 5.
You're like, I don't think that's on my list.
What's going on? Okay. Wraith is going to try and take another bite out of you.
F you, Wraith. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm having a day. This is very dramatic for me.
25.
Oh.
Just a little hit, yeah.
Shield. Sorry. Can bards do that? Can bards take shield?
I don't have that.
Because that's the only way wizards stay alive, man.
God.
I don't know.
Take 19 points of necrotic damage. Oh, halved. I'm sorry. That's necrotic damage. So that's halved. That doesn't apply because you're already dead. I'm sorry?
So 9?
What did I say? 19?
19.
Halved to 9. Yes. So you take 9 points of necrotic damage as this wraith just takes a chunk out of your essence and just folds it into its robes, and you feel severely reduced. And it vanishes.
God damn it. Okay. Alright, I'm going to use my...
Sonya looks over at you, and the color has faded even more out of her. Careful.
Trying.
Doesn't come back.
Yep, I know. I'm going to use my second bardic inspiration. Well, one of my bardic inspirations. Okay. And have Mantle of Inspiration again. So it gives everybody, all of them, +5 while I take my beautiful appearance.
Well, I take my glorious appearance.
I look fabulous, and then all of them get 5 points of additional. They get 5 temporary hit points.
And all of them kind of their heads kind of snap back a little bit, and their eyes are locked on you. Sonya is once again full color. Now you can see Talonfam, Copper Dragonborn.
Copper. Nice, bruh.
Catherine, her hair is brown, brown eyes, and all of them lucid.
Great.
Right? And they're all focused on you.
While we have the time, we have to...
Let's go! All right, what are you saying?
We have to find a place to hide, or, keep running. I'm dealing with this bitch in the... we gotta run. Does anybody have any information? I looked at Sonya and go, is this the immortal king? Is he here?
I'm sorry, Sonya.
Yeah.
Half-orc, female. Okay.
Is he here? Is he the one who's sending these out? Who is sending these out? Well, you have time.
I do not know what lies in... I'm sorry, it's Gondrin.
Oh, wow. Okay, so are we in Gondrin right now? Is this post-fall? I wrote a song about the fall of Gondrin. Holy shit.
But Gondrin stood when I died.
Okay. Great.
I do not know what is here, but we must escape.
What information do you have?
Talonfam turns to her. We could take her to the gate.
Which gate?
Cat says, the gate is indefensible. It's broken. You know that. He will be angry. Not if we avoid his gaze.
Is this the old cranky guy that I met before?
Sonya. He might take it ill, but...
If it's a god, I will pray to them every day until the day I die again, as long as I'm just not there. Good.
The impostor guards the gate, and he is... I'm sorry, Sonya. And he is mad.
Okay.
If he takes your presence well, we might find refuge, but
How will he take it well? What can I do? I'm a bard. I'm very good.
Luck.
Okay, I have a good amount of that. I mean, I died, but I have ignore the fact that I'm dead.
Totally lucky all the time.
Yeah, always.
But
always
if
fabulous.
he accepts, you will be safe for a time, but...
Excellent, let's do that. It's better than me running and dealing with whatever the hell is in here.
Whatever it is wants you badly, and it may assault the gate.
Why does it want me? Why does it want me? What am I? I am one person.
You give. And it takes.
I don't know what that means. Okay.
If you're hungry,
We'll
you
have
want
lots
the
of
cook,
time
man.
to ponder it. So we're going to go ahead and
And-
pause right there.
Okay.
So, thank you very much for joining us on
God.
Iconic Productions' It Gets Worse.
Where we get all the lore.
Yeah.
That was a lot of lore.
Even the made-up lore.
There's a lot of information that... If you
It's very
can,
vague
you're
information.
welcome to piece it together.
It would be great if I come back to life and I'm like, guys, I have notes on the afterlife.
We'll be back next week. Yes,
I think so.
I think we're all.
That's
I
the
think
plan.
we'll all be here too.
think
Do we
so.
have Beth? Do we know?
I don't know. She was very busy and very stressed when I talked to her at 11:30 her time this morning. So
All right. Well,
11:30 p.m. her time this morning. Yeah.
okay.
Poor girl.
So we should have almost a full crew next time. We will continue with the journey of Almanya in the afterlife, while the rest of you go and try and resurrect her somehow. So,
Yeah.
woo! So join us next week. Thank you very much. Have a lovely week.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.